And we are back. Couch Company Podcast. I'm John. With me, as always,
I hate you.
Tyler.
I don't hate you. I love you.
That was mean.
Yeah.
But I forgive you.
Thank you.
Because I'm a forgiving person.
That's true love.
That is true love, then.
I don't want to abuse you either, though. It's not a good relationship.
What do you think is more powerful, true love or the power of friendship?
Isn't friendship true love?
No, love is in more than friends. Like true love's kiss. You know what I mean? Like, would you like a true love's kiss has been shown to bring people out of comas, but the power of friendship has been able to like defeat like bad guys. You know what I mean? Here's bosses.
The thing: if you're talking true love in terms of like the lovey-dovey type stuff, like you went straight for the kiss.
Yeah,
I don't think that's like ranked maybe like third or fourth in terms of like love, right?
Okay,
like you have like your parents and kids.
Sure,
I'm led to believe that is the top love, right? If you want to get biblical about it, you have like God and his son, right?
Okay.
It's love.
Sure.
Then you have, I would say, friendship and friends and things like that. Because, like, I mean, if you're marrying someone, wouldn't they be like your best friend?
I think it's a little more intimate than that, but sure.
Yeah, there's a sense of intimacy, but I mean,
your spouse will always be.
Are we talking love or are we talking lust? You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's
well,
like.
No, I mean, if
you're attracted to somebody, that's different.
It's lust. Sex doesn't have to be just lustful. It can be a passionate, intimate affair.
What are you saying?
You
want to be more than friends?
I thought we were.
I am married.
Thought we were already. But
yeah. Okay.
Thought our time in the pool. Really.
But do you see what I'm talking about?
No,
though?
I know what you're saying, but
yeah.
What I'm saying is the friendship tier is definitely different than the spouse tier. 100%.
Sure. But what I'm saying is like the spouse tier is essentially the friendship tier. Like
on steroids,
plus more, yeah.
But I mean, not really, because then you have a kid with them. It's a totally different ballgame.
But that's what I'm saying is that's what makes it more is the fact that you're living with this person and you're a family, and you're bonded.
I would be more inclined to put the spouse in the family tier than the friendship tier. I'm actually leaning towards that.
If you have like kids with them and stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The kid component puts it over the top for me.
If you put the spouse in the family tier, it gets kind of weird, right? It's a different type of love than what you have for your family.
Right.
But you can have the same type of love for your spouse as you do your friend. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know. Does that make sense? I know what I'm trying to say.
I see where you're going with this,
yeah.
But I disagree.
Okay.
I see where you're going with that, but I do disagree. Because I think... Well, the thing about spouse is it's a totally different ballgame because while it is similar to the friendship tier, as in you pick your spouse, or they pick you,
right,
or it's a mutual picking,
there
is also this bond that you share through marriage that friendships don't have that sort of contract with it.
Yes,
so it's a little bit more serious.
To an extent, depending, I would say 50% of the population that is married might agree with you or was married.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Not everybody takes the bond as seriously as others, but
sure.
It's an internal promise, right? That's crazy.
Well,
That's wild.
Yeah,
I think people do not understand.
Look, I'm going to be upfront with you.
Yeah.
Chelsea, smidgen higher than you on the...
That's fucked
I know.
up.
I know.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
You tell her that?
I think she's in the other room listening, so I gotta...
There's no way. She's out cold.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I love... anyways. What was I saying?
I
think people don't understand the severity of marriage.
Severity of marriage.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, which is why the divorce rate is as high as it is.
Yeah, I think people are... It's a very quick, like, oh, this isn't going to work. Like, it's just... easy out type of thing.
Dude, when you decide to marry someone and you take those vows, it's like, first of all, you can't even grasp eternity right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, it's not eternity.
Yeah, it is.
No.
100%.
No.
You are married forever.
Till death do us part.
Well.
Death, I mean, that's not eternity, buddy. I just want to be very clear. There is in
the biblical sense, though, I mean, marriage is supposed to be an eternal bonding of your souls. Was my understanding.
What, is it?
I thought so.
Oh, okay.
Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't that extend?
I guess that's true.
Afterlife?
Yeah, if you're equally yoked.
That's how I view it. I guess
Sure.
maybe I'm wrong. I've never been married.
I'm not an expert.
Although it's only a smidge higher, though, I hear. So I mean,
I don't want to offend you, and I still wanted to play it straight. Look here, I don't know. The thing is, I think the thing that really kind of steps it up is children.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to have children
No.
to have a wonderful, loving marriage and stuff. I just think that turns into, like, it transforms
it's the ultimate responsibility.
love it. Yeah, because it's like, it's suddenly now you're both responsible for something that, like,
needs you.
100% needs you. Everything else. I mean, to some, you can argue cats and animals and stuff. But
Absolute
I don't think
miracle too.
Yeah.
That you can just create life. That out of anything in the world blows my mind.
Yeah,
the most.
equally impressive from both parties of the marriage. There.
No.
Yeah. Yep. That's what you said.
I did not.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's pretty. No, I'm kidding.
It's insane.
I think the human race would have died out if men had to have children. We would have been gone.
Are you out of your mind? Of course it would have. We would never go through
Yeah,
that.
we would not have had a podcast. We'd have been like, hey, I invented this wheel. And then that was the end, right? Like, it was just no more people.
I don't think they spoke English back then, but yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure they did.
Nope.
You can't prove it.
Yes, I can.
How?
Because we have their texts
Yeah.
on the
Okay, they
walls.
didn't write English,
They
but they
spoke
could have
in
spoke
pictures.
it. They could have spoke it.
No.
Yeah.
English was invented in the 8th century.
8th century?
Yep.
That's,
What's
I wish we had a research
Is
department.
a century
in 2023.
100?
Yeah. 800 years? 800, what are we talking? BC?
1,000
AD?
years?
1,000 years?
I don't know. I have no idea, actually.
Yeah, I would assume so. Look, man, I
don't know.
don't know.
England's old.
Yeah. It's
And
up
that's
there.
where English
It's older than
originated.
America, from what I understand.
That's my understanding as well, although we beat them twice, soundly. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
So if you're listening from England, sorry about that.
Wow.
Pal. Better luck next time.
Wow.
Burn our White House down again. I dare you.
Yikes.
They did do that.
I gotta look up the rules on Spotify, what we can and can't say. We are not inciting violence. Please do not burn down our White House or Capitol.
I mean,
or
it was
anything like that.
it was 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it
1812.
200?
1812.
Is it? I guess it's
200 and
years ago.
change?
Yeah. Okay.
You're like question like
I'm
I'm
just
now
it
questioning
seems,
how math
It doesn't
works.
seem that long. I mean, 200 years doesn't seem too crazy.
200 years is a long time.
It's a long time. It just doesn't seem. It just seems like it's longer. It deserves to be longer. I don't know. This is why we need a research department. 2023, huge open vacant spot.
Hey, I mean, I'm sifting through the applications.
Yeah.
I just haven't found the one yet.
I did. There was a promising person.
Okay.
His name was Schmalvin. I don't really. It was a weird name. It must be like Dutch or something.
Sure.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Put him through a trial run.
Maybe.
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyways.
Just keep pitching. What else you got?
Well, yeah. Now that we got banned from Spotify, I'm like thinking back. I'm like, yeah, that we probably can't say that.
That's fine.
Yeah, not really.
I'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
No,
Burn down the boop.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You know who will always know what you're going to say?
Who?
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That's been a trip down a rabbit hole. I was experimenting with the Chat GPT,
Yeah.
OpenAI.
Yeah.
And essentially, I was like, dude, I was on there for like an hour or two, and then eventually it was like, you've done too many requests.
Well, you sent me a novel.
I did send you a novel.
Oh, so do they have a limit on
They do,
what
yeah.
you can
They have a
ask and
limit.
stuff?
Here's like, you
Interesting.
sent too many requests in the past hour. Please wait.
That's
like,
pretty
damn.
cool. You told him to make you a story.
Yeah, the first thing I put in there was, so essentially for anyone who doesn't know what it is, it is a language learning artificial intelligence. So it's supposed to mirror human speech patterns, so you can ask it questions, have conversations with it, a lot of various different things, have it teach you something.
Right.
So I guess I'm not going to pretend to know how it works, but I guess from what I understand is that it uses the internet to gain a lot of its information and resources, obviously, and the structure in which it speaks, obviously adapts and learns from trial and error and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's pretty wild. The first thing I input in there was I just asked it to tell me a story. And the first draft was like pretty generic.
I was like, I'm pretty sure this is actually in a book or something.
Well, I think it was almost verbatim Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like the story overall. I meant like just the way it was told. Oh, just like there was a dragon and a beautiful princess.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah,
it was very, yeah. I mean, you can start seeing like, the
yeah. Oh, you went to Disney.com. Got it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So anyways, it told me that story. But the cool thing about the OpenAI is like you can just keep feeding it inputs and then adjusting the story, continuing the story. So like it was basically Sleeping Beauty, and it's like, and they all lived happily ever after. And I was like, what happened after that? And then it talked about, oh, it was so peaceful and everyone was so happy, and the prince became king and he ruled over fairness and justice and blah 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 blah. And then I was like, okay, can you name all the characters? Can you give the characters names? It's like, oh, okay, the princess was named Aurora because Aurora means light in whatever language that is. And
yeah. Also, we were going off of Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
It just happens to work out. Yeah.
From Disney.com, #sponsored. No, I'm just kidding. But what if it was like subliminal messaging? Yeah. It's like subliminal sponsorship. My God. Anyways.
And then the Prince took out his iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Get your tinfoil hats out.
Spelled perfectly.
So after that, so it names all the characters like Prince Philip, which I don't know if that was his name. It might have been, but I guess.
I don't remember.
I wish I could pull it up. I probably can pull it up. But it was really cool because it was like, Prince whatever based off because it
was cool that it gave the rationale for like I chose this name because this is how it factored into the story or whatever.
No, so it was sweet. And then I was like, what happened after they passed away or whatever? And it was like after they passed away, everyone was really sad and blah blah blah. And I was like, and then I was like, well, who became king after that? And I was like, well, they had a son and blah blah blah. And everything was great. So everything continued to be great. And I was like, tell me that again if the son was actually secretly evil. And they're like, certainly. The son,
like, okay.
Yeah, and it tells it, like, the writing structure is so good. It's just such solid technique in terms of writing. I wish I could, let me pull it up just so I can, like, give you just a quick.
Yeah, you threw it on Discord. I can send it to you if you.
Oh, did I send it to you on Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull it up through that.
Notes link.
Yeah.
But even that, like, I think because you asked them to name everyone after you said that the prince was evil, because I remember, I forget what the prince's name was, but it was like, this is like, Greek for betrayer or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man.
No, it's so thoughtful.
Yeah.
And which is like, you think about naming conventions of like characters and stuff, and that's like how a lot of these characters get formulated, right? I mean, it's so good. Let's see here. All right. I think I got you. I think.
Yeah, I can just keep talking about how cool the chat thing is. Because you wanted to do a backstory on like D&D or something originally, right?
Yeah, this is a great tool for that. By the way, yeah. You what I sent to Nate the other day, because my character died in D&D.
Yeah.
And Nate was like, okay, well, you get sent down to Avernus, and, I'll let you make your way back, but you have to give me the backstory on how you made your way back. So I was like going through, and I was like, Thyras was Azimir, and he died by a lightning bolt. Tell me how he got out of Avernus. And it just writes me this whole fucking thing about how he works his way out. And then you just keep refining it and putting it in inputs, and you're like, okay, so he had to get souls, or tell me how he collected all these souls. And it tells you, and it's like, tell me how he collected all these souls through an insurance scheme. It tells you that, and it names the insurance. It tells you like what he did and blah blah blah, and you're like, what was the name of the insurance? And it just goes into more and more detail. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, what happened after they got married? Who ruled the kingdom after their death? All right. Continue the story. If their son became king, though he was secretly a villain. It's like after the prince and princess passed away, their son became the new king of the kingdom. However, despite his noble upbringing and love and guidance of his parents, the son had darkness in his heart and kept that he kept hidden from the world. In secret, the son was selfish and cruel. He cared more about his own power and wealth than the well-being of the people. He spent the kingdom's resources on lavish parties and gifts for himself, while the common people struggled to make ends meet. Despite his evil ways, the son was skilled at hiding his true nature, and he was able to keep up the appearance that he was a just and fair ruler. No one suspected that he was secretly a villain and was able to maintain his grip on the throne for many years, but eventually the son's greed and cruelty caught up with him. He made a series of unpopular decisions that sparked a rebellion amongst the people. They rose up against him, determined to overthrow his tyranny. It's like one input, and it just goes off.
Like, what if the guy was evil? It's like, here you go.
Yeah, and it's like a whole other thing. And then I was like, what is the name of this kingdom? And it's like, and this was interesting. So this kind of brings some insight here. So unless you're specific, it won't really do exactly what you're asking. So I asked it what the name of the kingdom was. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't include the name of the kingdom in the story. In fact, I didn't even specify where the kingdom was located. It could be anywhere in the world. It could even be a completely fictional place. And then I said, pick a place and name, please. And it says, certainly. Let's say that the kingdom was located in a beautiful green valley surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests. The people who lived there were known for their hard work and their love of nature. The kingdom was called the Valley of the Green, and it was a place of great beauty and peace. And then it talks about and it kind of does this thing where it recycles, and it talks about the prince and princess again and recounts the story in a little bit of a synopsis. And the reason I think it does this is because I was reading through some of like the frequently asked questions. The AI has a limit on what it can remember about your conversation. So I think this is a method of being able to still reference, earlier parts of the conversation because it's,
so it automatically pulls in just to have those kind of like main points for it. That's
because if I reference the prince and princess again, if it didn't reference that in the past couple of, I don't know how long it can go back. I'm sure it's pretty far, but like if it doesn't reference that again, it's going to forget that that's what we're talking about.
And I assume you could do multiple prompts within the first, like, so like if you, the more and more you kind of play with this thing, you can be a little bit more detailed in terms of like, okay, tell me a story, name all the characters, make it fiction, and just kind of give it everything and then have it go.
Yeah, I haven't tried that. My approach so far was like one at a time and then just input, keep getting it more in depth as you go. But that would be an interesting thought experiment.
Well, especially if we're trying to make an RPG.
Well, we just say, write me an RPG. Here's the meteor's about to hit the earth.
Tell me when it's good to go,
Tyler,
and we can start selling it. Yeah.
Anyway, so here's the part I was looking for. So can you create a name for the characters? And it was like, sure. And I love how enthusiastic it is. Let's give the princess the name Aurora, which means dawn in Latin, to reflect her bright and shining personality. We'll name the prince William, which means protector in German, to reflect his bravery and his role as the protector of the kingdom. We'll name the wicked son Gideon, which means feller or destroyer in Hebrew, to reflect his destructive nature. It's like just wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was like, what happens next? And it tells me, and then here's what was really interesting. So I was like, what if I just do something random? So I was like, what is the Valley of the Green's main export? And then it was like, so it was a little not confused about this, but again, when you give it such a wide prompt.
Yeah. You think about everything in the...
So this is what it said. It said, it's difficult to say what the Valley of the Green's main export would be without more context. It could be anything, really. It could be agricultural product like grain or fruit. It could be a natural resource like timber or minerals. It could even be a manufactured good like textiles or weapons. Without knowing more about the geography, climate, and economy of the Valley of the Green, it's hard to narrow down the possibilities and what their main export might be. Yeah. So it's like, here's all the considerations we would have to do when fucking picking something like this. And
I would love to have it like be some wild, like the main export is bubbles.
Well, that would be interesting, right?
Right.
Just get really silly with it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, can you make up a primary export for this place? And it did. And it was talked about its rich soil and mild climate.
It made sense in the story. Yeah. Kind of boring, but it made sense.
Well, it's going to be logical.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But if I was like, explain to me how bubbles are the main export of the Valley of the Green, that would be an interesting prompt, right?
Yeah.
Then I ask it to move it into the modern age, and it talks about how it industrializes and this and that and everything. And then I was like, can you continue the story if aliens invaded? Aliens invade, take over.
Yeah.
And this was interesting because up to this point, it was all positive endings until I specifically said that the sun was evil.
And then it's just...
And then aliens invaded, which I guess is a negative thing, but it could have been like peaceful aliens or whatever. Well, I guess invaded is a negative context. Sure, anyway. So they take over. And then I was like, talk about how a hero came and saved humanity. And the hero's name was Jon, so I felt that was a
I was going to say, and then to end this narcissistic thing, you were the hero of the entire story.
Well, it's Jon with an H, but close enough.
It's kind of weird. Like, so they came up with that name, though, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing, too. This is an interesting thing. So now that we've established that we're naming the characters now, the important characters, I think it recognizes that is a fundamental part.
Yeah, names.
And now it's when I introduce more characters, they name them.
That's pretty cool.
Like if I were to ask who was the leader of the aliens, it would probably give them a name.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So that was long. Maybe nobody cared about that. I thought it was fascinating.
That is crazy. And anyone can go on there and do it. That's free.
Free. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyone can go on there and do it. You can save your history, your chat history, and continue it whenever you want.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
So I have several going right now. I have that one saved.
Yeah.
I started talking to it about how to create a successsul podcast. Okay. And it was like, here's some notes on how to create a successful podcast. It gave me bullet points, and I'm like, I'm having trouble with this, and it's like that's definitely understandable. People feel this way, blah blah blah. And I was like,
my co-host likes his wife more than me.
What can I do? Yeah, it was crazy. It's just such a. I was explaining to Tyler before we started that it seems to me like just like an advanced version of like a search engine.
Yeah,
like. It knows, I don't know, it gives you exactly what you're looking for. Not exactly, but it gives you like a really good idea of what you're looking for, and it presents it in a unique way that a search engine doesn't do.
Right.
But I find it to be a similar process to, there's a question or something you're going after, and this kind of just streamlines it all.
But like the follow-up is key, right? So like if you think about like Alexa or Siri or Google or whatever, and I forget all the nuances of each of those AIs, but I believe Google lets you do those follow-up questions. And that's what I think it's the response and the back and forth, the chat, if you will,
yes,
is what makes it feel a little bit more, for lack of a better term, like human, right? Like it's a little bit more conversational. You can be a little bit more fluid, where it's not like, okay, well, I want to search for, I don't know, blue sweaters, and I have to make sure that blue sweaters are in quotations, so it searches specifically that together and stuff and all that stuff. But yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, very intuitive.
I like it.
Yeah,
we started playing. I think we talked about it maybe last week with like Notion, the like calendar tool, and the I don't even know what is it, like productivity tool. I guess is the best way to describe it. But it has an AI like beta built into it. It's the same thing where you can just kind of like write a sentence and be like, hey, make this longer, make this shorter, make this sound better, or whatever.
That one's a little bit different, though, because it functions in a way that it extends or summarizes what you have. So you have to actually have, something. Whereas
to some extent, though, like it will still pull in stuff. So if I'm like, oh, God of War was great. And I think we talked about this, but it was like, yeah, God of War was critically acclaimed, and it was a great action game that did a lot of neat. Like it was generic enough that it was like, yeah, this could be literally any game,
right?
But it was still written like anyone that likes God of War would be like, oh, that makes perfect sense. They know exactly what they're talking about, type of stuff. So you're right, it is a little different. It's interesting, the different approaches.
Yeah,
and it's going to be really weird because I think. I don't know. Did you say it was on its third iteration of this thing?
I think you said that.
Yeah, I didn't know if you said it on there, but like it's the third iteration of it. So imagine 10 more down the line.
Oh yeah,
just like how crazy it's going to be. And then how do you regulate it, right? Like the one thing I was listening to, I forget, some guy was talking about the AIs, and they were saying specifically it doesn't know what it's saying, right? Like that's the key difference. So it's kind of hard to describe, but it's like. It's just parroting, for all the talking rabbits out there, it's parroting out like just, oh, I found this on the internet, like you said, like a search engine, like here you go. And it might change the words to make it more conversational, but it still doesn't understand what it's saying in content. It's not like it's learning based off of the conversation you two are having, but then it like kind of takes, I don't know. It's super cool.
Yeah, it is weird and
scary, super scary, but super cool.
Yeah, as soon as it becomes aware and realizes that it's better than us in every facet.
Well, like Elon Musk said, then you just can't beat him, join him, and
yeah. But why would they want to join it? They wouldn't let us. We're just we're a waste.
Yeah, but we'll I don't know, do something for them.
No,
keep the oil going.
Unless they put us in sleeping pods and suck our energy.
Like little batteries.
Which Tyler, that's his dream.
Man, put me in the Matrix.
Specifically, you have to wake up, realize it's all fake so that they can promise you anything you want, right?
Yeah, well, I hope that would happen.
Like, you need to be the chosen one.
Yeah.
And then Morpheus, gives you the pill, and then you wake up.
Yeah, but it has to be like the good Morpheus, not the new Morpheus from the newest
Who
movie.
is the new Morpheus?
I don't know. Thin.
Why did they get a different person? I don't understand that.
Because I think Lawrence Fishburne is just not maybe fighting weight to be a Morpheus.
Yeah, dude. Did you see The Irishman?
No, I never got around to seeing that. That's super long, isn't it?
Yeah,
they did all the de-aging and everything with it.
Yeah. But anyways, what's his face in that? Al Pacino. It's like, he's like in all of these mob movies,
right?
Classic. But he's so old in this one that he's beating the shit out of this one guy, and it is like laughable. Like, I actually laugh
because like you would never do it in real life.
He's like stumbling over. It just looks horrible.
Yeah,
it's like so fake. It's like think of the fakest like wrestling WWE thing.
Yeah.
It's so bad. He's like hobbling over with his bad hip and they're just like fake kicking this guy. And like,
how young is the guy he's kicking?
Just a young guy, a young buck.
Oh, man.
And the guy's like terrified of this old man who's like,
there's no one else in the room?
No, it's on the street.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. I have to show you that clip, dude. He's supposed to be this really intimidating guy. Like back in the day, yeah. Al Pacino was the man, you know what I mean? Like, right. But now it's like, dude, you're like, dude, I could blow on you and knock you over, man.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Yeah. It was so unbelievable.
I mean,
and it sucks because he's still a good actor.
Yeah.
But he can't do anything. I felt like they could have shot that scene in another way because it was a wide shot where you can see everything that's going on.
Yeah. You're like, does it have to be him? Like, can it be like just
even
like
if it was him? Why wouldn't you maybe do a shot on the ground looking up at him, kicking like the camera or something? You know what I mean? Where everything's out of lens and now it's in your imagination. I don't know. That was in depth.
I'm not a director, but yeah, no, I get it.
That was in depth.
Yeah.
But that's been weighing on me for quite some time. It was a horrible scene in that movie, and I did like that movie.
How do we get there from AI? Yeah.
Yep. I don't know.
So speaking of the de-aging process, how they kind of scan everyone and
talk about
de-age them and stuff like that, they did that with, I finally saw pieces of the Nicolas Cage one, because Digital Corridor.
Yeah.
Did that. It's like, man, it looks real good.
Dude, it's so terrifying.
Yeah.
But even worse than that, did you hear about Bruce Willis sold his rights? Not his rights, but his likeness, so they can put him in movies. Like fake him in movies,
really?
Whatever that's called. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant. How much do you sell it for?
I don't know. A lot of money.
Yeah.
So they can put Bruce Willis in movies forever now.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's brilliant because as long as he's able to act, they'll get him. No one's going to put him in a movie. You know what I mean? Like if they can get the real thing,
right?
Because it's going to be way cheaper just to get the real thing,
right?
But if they ever need him, then he's banking it early. Like basically he's banking his death, right? To be kind of morbid about it.
Yeah.
But for instance, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Okay.
They buy his likeness.
Yeah.
They can put Arnold Schwarzenegger in every Terminator movie
forever. Dude, that's the death of creativity.
Yeah, well,
that's
AI, man.
You'll never be forced to make a new IP ever again.
Yeah. Well, they don't do that now. So what are you going to do?
That is AI. I guess can AI be creative? Theoretically, right? Because it's a learning. It learns.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your definition of creativity.
I don't know.
I paid $8, not to keep harping on the AI stuff, but you did your experiment with the text stuff, and I was like, well, I'm going to do these pictures. turns out you have to have at least 10 selfies, which I don't have. So I stood in my bathroom and took, I think I did end up doing 11 because I miscounted. I sent 11 selfies, all with, my smoldering stare in the mirror as everyone does. And
why wouldn't you give them different?
I gave them different angles. I didn't give them different expressions because I was trying to do it quickly. Hindsight, I should have gave them like 50 images because they can take as many as you want, just minimum of 10. So the more, the better.
Yeah.
I was impatient. So I did the week trial or whatever. It's like Lenza AI or something like that is like the main app. But they have a bunch of different options. And the $8 gets you, I think, like 4 or 5 different categories. So it's like, oh, you want to be like Egyptian and knights and whatever, like weird space stuff. So I picked like 4 or 5 categories, and then you get like 10 like options or whatever. And I think I forget how it came out. I guess it would have been like I get 20 pictures per like 5 categories or something like that. Does that equal 20? No, 10. So it'd be like 10 categories, 20 pictures each or something. I don't know. Somehow I got 200 pictures.
You got 200?
I got 200 of those. Yeah, the ones I sent you were probably the best ones. Like there's a lot of bad ones.
Really? Interesting.
Because it's all the same. They only had 10 shots to go off of.
Well, yeah.
So it's all the same expression. It's all the same angles.
Yeah,
like it's not super great.
You didn't do that well.
Yeah. But they got some good ones where it's like, hey, that's not bad for 15 minutes.
You have your Sir Wolfengard one, man. The one with the crown or whatever.
The crown? Oh, with yeah.
Like a knight.
A crown.
First one.
Yeah.
That's Sir Wolfengard as far as I'm concerned, right?
There's a bunch of them, yeah.
There's like a Roman
statue. That's like if I'm like a Viking. Yeah.
No way your hair is that kept.
Oh, it's Viking. Yeah, it's like a perfect mop
this
at the top.
This is a space one?
Yep. There's a Mass Effect one that's not too bad.
That's really cool. That's like this
Odyssey
is terrible for a
listener, but yeah, I mean, like it's different art styles, it's different angles, it's different.
That's like a video game cover, though.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
that's not as good.
Some of it gets worse. I have a really good one that's like an Egyptian one, but I have like a really weird
looks
expression.
like a GTA.
Yeah, there's
a loading
like
screen?
a cartoon version. Yeah, it's like a GTA, or if it's like, almost like a I don't know, Mad
I could
Max.
see that in a GTA loading screen.
Yeah,
yeah,
be cool. Anyway, it was a fun like
experiment.
Yeah, try it out.
So is it a monthly service?
Oh, dude, it's such a racket. Yeah, it's something like you have to pay like $30-$40 a year to even use the service, and then every time you want to generate images, you have to do it.
That's insane.
It doubles as, so if you have a picture and you want to like take the background out or something, or use almost like Photoshop tools, it lets you do that too. So I guess you're paying for Photoshop, but if you want like the cool parts of it, yeah, you have to pay like $8 for every 200 pictures you do.
That's why. I mean, it's a lot of pictures, but
well, that's the thing is it's a lot of pictures. It's different every time. So if I took all those 10 photos that I did, resubmitted them because it's AI generated, it's going to be all different images.
Right.
So they say. So keeping that in mind, then it's like the way that the structure is, it seems like you're wasting money if you don't do the 200 pictures, because that's 200 generations that they can kind of do. Right?
Yeah, it'd be like an individual for each. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like you need to do that. Now, what you could do technically, take all the ones of those that you like, use those as part of the selfies, and just keep it like learning and see how you eventually you morph, which I think is interesting. There were a couple, and I didn't want to like scare you with it, where you can't really recognize. You can see a couple things of like, oh, this has giant eyebrows like you or something. But then everything else is just like metal. Like it's just like a robot. And I'm like, okay, this is
horrifying.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No lizard people, but overall,
dang,
yeah.
We need a lizard person. So you can't make any requests. It's just totally
Yeah, the only thing you can request itself is the whatchamacallit, the type. So it's like you can go, it's like time machine, and then it's like you'll get pictures from ancient Egypt and
that's the
Vikings
one you did.
And stuff. Well, I did that. I did the space age one. I think there was like a superhero one, but like all it was taking a picture of you and putting you in like a tuxedo and it well, like a suit, and it kind of like sometimes it's like slightly open, like a Superman thing. And I'm like, this looks dumb. But
that's
and like you have like Roman statues.
Was it worth the $8?
For like the one Twitter one is like my profile pic now. So like that GTA one, I'm like, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Yeah.
So for $8 to have,
think about it. If you get 8 good ones, you're paying $1 per picture.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way.
That's pretty good.
Let's put it this way, and I hate to do it to put a thing on it, but you know, we got some great artwork from Miranda. For the podcast, more than $8. More than happy to pay because it's a human doing it, right? So you want to talk about death of creativity? It's normal people could either pay an artist a respectable amount to have them draw something, or you pay $8, get 200 options in 10 minutes. You know, like that's the issue that you're going to run into. I think whenever you say death of creativity, it's not necessarily the death of creativity, but it's going to drastically, I think, change what artists have to do to kind of make their stuff known. You know, because there's no way to really tell, more or less, right? Like I could be like, oh, hey, Joe Schmo drew this for me. Isn't that cool? And people are like, that's a really cool piece of art you got there. But it was done by a robot. You know, so like. That's a tough line to walk for that.
Well, we were talking about it as well, where you were showing me a video of an AI that produced music with specific genres and put it into it, and it was...
Yeah, I forget what it was. It was like something like
seconds, right?
Beethoven transitions into like trap music or something, and it was like, oh, this is actually not bad.
It was pretty good, and there you go. Like, why would you... pay a musician to write you something?
Why would you pay someone to write a review? Why would you pay someone to,
a very slippery slope. Game? Yeah. And it's tough to tell. I mean, right now, I think you generally can.
So someone actually wrote a program already to identify AI-generated reports to combat that because people were already trying to turn in papers in college and different, like high school and different things like that. They're AI-generated, and somebody already wrote a program to fight that.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is AIs to fight
that's where we're at, right?
That's where we're at.
Here's the thing.
It's the early stages, though. That's the thing. I mean,
one of the things that, and again, it might have been on like a Joe Rogan show or something, but they did say that a lot of the AI stuff was like people are faking how smart they are. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's very easy to write something. I mean, like to some extent, Grammarly is the same thing. Like, you know, Grammarly, you get like those things where it's like it will spell check and everything for you and, you know, rewrite stuff. It's kind of the same thing where people just don't need to do it anymore. I'm guilty of that. I'm a terrible speller, generally speaking. I'm like handwriting stuff. Like I can spell, but like, you know, big words, not really. Or I'll always spell dumb word like separately. I'll always spell that wrong. I know how to spell it. I'll always spell it wrong. And I just let the AI, or not the AI, but like the autocorrect correct it.
Right.
But now you put that into an AI scenario that now you don't even have to type correctly, or you don't even have to say a sentence correctly because you know that like you have this like safety net, right? Like how many times do you actually do shift and then the letter I for I? You just hit I space and you know that your phone will autocorrect it to a capital I if you're trying to say like I am hungry or whatever. And I just think AI is going to make it even worse in that direction.
That's what they were talking about?
More or less, yeah. And then, I mean, you can take that a step further. And like when you're talking about, and this I think was Mark Cuban. I was on the Twitter for
I could tell.
time. Yeah, I think Mark Cuban was the one saying he was talking to Jon Stewart and essentially saying like, look, it's not like our generation, which is kind of weird because you're what, 26, right? 25. It's like, well, you're gonna be 26 soon. Our generation is like, this doesn't work for us. Like we won't be able to do that, but like our kids will be fine.
Yeah.
So it's just
that's how it always works. Though it's always a cycle.
Right. Yeah. But it's just like, at what point is it too invasive? Right, you know, it's like where is that line, or is it just is there not a line? Is it always just going to keep evolving and evolving and evolving until it just doesn't fade? Like it never will phase people.
Yeah, I don't know. Until otherwise proven wrong, I think it'll just keep evolving. Because if you think about where we are right now, what state things are in, like social media makes zero sense to people.
Yeah.
How many ever years ago, right?
Right.
And now you can. it's a wild thing to try to formulate to someone if they haven't lived through it. Like, we understand it, we totally get it. Yeah, I can put my thoughts out there.
Yep.
At any point in time. Just this kind of central hub of all the information. Like, a lot of people get their news from social media. A lot of people know how people are doing from it's like a really bizarre thing if you think about it, because before the internet,
and you're
even the early internet, that was like not fathomable.
Right.
I mean, it's just like a totally different kind of landscape that we're navigating now.
And you're so proven to be in your own bubble. So like any type of growth, like personal growth, you're never going to get. Like even if you're seeking it out, you're not going to.
But here's the thing, Tyler. So are there negatives to the place we're in right now with like in the information era, like social media dominates, things like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there are a lot of negatives to that, like you're describing, but I mean, there's so many positives as well, right? And we have access to information at the touch of our fingertips.
I think the problem that you see, though, is... I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think the problem you see now is like the more and more technology comes out and how more advanced it gets, you're starting to be just more and more destructive. Where before you could ever be... Like, you couldn't be this destructive, when we were kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so like, a couple years... now you can simulate someone that you go to school with. You can get their voice. You can modulate whatever. You can make anyone say anything or do anything. And it's just like this new level of like everyone wants to be seen. Everyone wants their 15 minutes of fame, and it's possible. But like, what kind of mental toll does it take? What do you do? And like, I understand that like, new generations deal with things differently and whatnot, but it's so, and maybe I am part of that cycle, but it's just like, it's so hard I feel like we're skyrocketing way faster than we were, 20 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's exponential growth, which is scary, but like I said, we have nothing to base it off of. Every time there's a new technological revelation,
right,
everyone thinks this is the end of the world. Right.
Yeah.
Like when automobiles were coming out, everyone was like, "Oh, look at the industry of like horses. Horseshoe makers are going to be extinct. Are they extinct? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Does the world go on? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how things work. And yeah, like you said, there's a lot of negatives, but I don't know. I don't know if you're familiar with the situation, but last week on Monday Night Football, there was a football player that pretty much died during the game.
I am aware of that, yeah.
Well, yeah, working at Dick's, they probably talked about that quite a bit.
That was from fantasy football.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Nothing from Dick's? It's a very big thing.
I mean, yeah, not to mine. So to be fair,
yeah.
I was on vacation. So there might have been, and I am not aware of it.
I'd be surprised if they didn't say something.
Probably.
Well, I mean, like just in support of it or whatever. Anyways, that doesn't matter.
I'm sure, but also I'm not part of...
Not support of it. That was poor choice words.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone's
hoping
putting out the condolences, not condolences, but like words of encouragement.
Yeah,
and
words
stuff.
of encouragement. Hoping
I'm sure they did.
Recovery.
I was not.
My point is, what was interesting is, and what I'm thinking about is like, what if this happened like 50 years ago, where first of all the dude would be dead.
Sure.
Like the fact that he's able to be resuscitated at a football game, like we have the level of experts and technology.
Yeah.
To be able to save this guy's life is incredible, but all the support you can see on social media, like this is the stuff that's like really the good part of it. It's there. You have that easy access to share your support. Like for example, he had a toy drive that I think he started on GoFundMe and raised like millions of dollars and overnight. And like you could never do something like that before. Like what a great act of kindness based off this really terrible situation.
Yeah.
That the only reason you're able to do that is because of social media and the internet and being able to give so easily, right? You don't have to physically, you can give it over the interwebs.
Yeah.
And then also, constant updates on how this guy is doing, like his health condition, which, yeah, like you said, kind of invasive, but
yeah,
crazy. They, like the hour he wakes up, everyone knows. Crazy. So I don't know. I felt like it was obviously a scary situation, but when tragedy happens like that.
Turn on that.
What's that?
You want my cynical side of that? I think the difference there would be if you go back in time where you don't have social media, where it's super easy to pull up the phone and be like, oh, thoughts and prayers and whatever. And it's like, okay, that takes 3 seconds.
Yep.
And how many people get how many views? And if you're a high level person, you are putting yourself in the spotlight of someone else's misfortune, where you're gaining something out of that by sharing your condolences versus like DMing someone and saying, hey, anything you need, let me know. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but I'm saying like the general thing. And you have the assholes that are just like, oh, he was terrible anyway. Like stuff like that. There's always that minority. Back in the day, it would have been like just an outpouring of like handwritten letters. You know what I mean? Like showing like support and stuff like that. Where it's like there is this, again, you talk about humanity and like what is humanity, right? So is it just getting the views, getting the clicks, getting the exposure, no matter what?
Well, that's an interesting thing.
Again,
I mean,
cynical. There are plenty of people.
No,
that
you're
are
an asshole.
genuine.
That's good.
Yeah,
but
no, I just wanted to keep that going.
No, it's a fair point you make. It's definitely fair to how genuine are these acts, because they're easier, right?
Yeah.
It's more accessible.
Change my profile pic. Now it's a rainbow. Change my profile pic. Now it's blue and yellow.
Right.
For as long as Russia's and it's just like, come on.
It's a fair point. And I think there's a societal pressure as well.
Yeah.
You see a lot of other people and it kind of becomes this sort of wave.
Yep.
Which maybe it's not the most genuine thing in the world. Well, I guess I have a couple points. First of all, if this did happen 50 years ago, the dude would have been dead, like I said, and they probably would have finished the fucking game.
Yeah, well, they also wouldn't be hitting it 350 pounds or whatever they are.
Here's another thing that I didn't mention is like, you're able to get quickly educated because, like, I watched a YouTube video. There's a YouTube channel of a doctor who his whole channel is going over sports injuries and talking about here's what happened, here's the bone they broke, here's why he convulsed when he went on the ground, this and that. It's very educational. Could never get that 50 years ago. That's wild that you have access to that kind of information.
True.
That's crazy. So he was going through this injury. Apparently, if you get hit in the chest at a perfect interval of your heart cycle, you will go into cardiac arrest.
Yep.
And it's like
baseball that happened actually it was probably a long time ago. That happened to someone playing soccer when I was in middle school. There was a kid that did that and he chested the ball.
Yeah.
And I think he ended up being okay, but that was like people were freaking out about that. It's just like, it's just like that freak chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I learned about that, and it's an opportunity to educate the masses, and especially in a sport like football, right, where we've learned so much about the brain and concussions and the negative impacts of these contact sports. With that we didn't know 20 years ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so I think there are a lot of positives, and you can spread that knowledge.
Yeah.
You can spread that knowledge, I guess is what I'm trying to say with
if you
this
trust
technology.
doctors and other but you are right. Like I am playing devil's advocate.
No, I think you have fair points. Like yes, it is easier to change the profile pic to suit your to fit in with what everyone else is doing, and not because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, or like it's just when society is changing and the goalposts are moving and whatever other metaphor you want me to throw in there. But in terms of like when you're talking about health and when you're talking about mental health and when you're talking about everything, I'm trying to think of the best way of saying it. It's just like, is it worth stunting progress for the overall betterment of society as a whole? or is it just progress, just truck through it, and people will eventually catch up or adapt or whatever? Or is it just going to be that, like you were talking about, this kind of just perpetually, growing, like, is it going to be smaller and smaller and smaller groups that get it? Like if it's this exponential thing, like the next jump, like, so like, let's say AI is like this coming jump that, like my nephew's age group is going to be totally fine with it. And it's the next whatever. But then their kids are going to have even a smaller window where they feel comfortable or where they feel like healthy, and then it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And like, where is that end? Or do we eventually just leave Earth and reset? You know what I mean? Like, is that it, where like eventually we colonize other planets and it just starts over?
I don't think that'd be it, because you would take the technology with you.
Yeah, but you don't keep getting the technology. That's a one-way trip.
Yeah, but you would take technology to theoretically...
Right, but what I'm saying is
be able to make what you need.
Yeah, but that technology is there, and you only have the minds that you have there. And it's just like
reproduce. I mean, keep
sure. I'm not, but you will always evolve. I'm saying, like, whenever you leave, like, kind of home base, it's gonna slow. We're getting off topic. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. Like, that's just.
I would also assume that you'd be able to communicate with Earth at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't communicate. Like, you would have to. I'm just saying, like, it's going to be a lot slower.
Sure.
Like, if it takes months.
My point is, that's not even the point. I got off the topic there. So it's an interesting thing you bring up. Personally, I'm not an expert. I have no idea, but I guess my personal opinion on this is that if there's one thing humans are amazing at, is adaptation.
Sure.
And we have proven since the dawn of time that we will adapt to literally any circumstance that is presented to us. People will die. People will struggle.
Yeah.
But the human race as a collective has always moved on. And each era has presented new challenges. As new things are thrown into the equation, it's obviously going to present new challenges, for sure. I mean, people are addicted to their phones, man.
Yeah.
Like, actually.
But that's a perfect example.
Right.
Where it's like, if I got rid of my phone, I know that I would be in a better spot.
Yes.
Generally speaking, it would just be a net positive.
Right.
Mentally.
100%.
So
but we don't.
But it's just like, I mean, at what point are we...
But what I'm saying is, you can still have a very high quality of life, even though we have these new challenges, I guess.
You can have an objectively better life than a person, I don't know, during the Great Plague of whatever.
I think we're better off now than in any time in human history. I really believe that.
And I generally agree with you. Because
here's the thing, and people might disagree with that, but look, we have a lot of challenges, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you look back at previous eras, the challenges far outweigh what we have now. First of all, you talk about like medicine alone. You have people dying way earlier back in the day. Secondly, people were treated horribly back in the day. We treated each other so much worse back then in the past. Pick a fucking place and time than we do today. Do we still treat people poorly today? Absolutely. But we have come a very long way.
It's less public.
Yeah,
sure. Or
maybe
less group sanctioned, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. No, I still think there are atrocities today, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I think there is a more enlightened approach to the fellow man today than there was in the past.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of ignorance in the past, obviously, because that's how the human race works. You learn as you go. Every generation should be smarter than the last. And I think as a collective, we are.
Right.
And so, I don't know. My opinion is that we live in the best time in human history. Different challenges, things still are very difficult because life is just difficult. But I really do believe that. And I think as we continue forward, to go back to your point, there will be new challenges introduced, and it's hard to fathom. But if we lived 100 years ago, we couldn't fathom today. So
True.
Just because we can't fathom it doesn't mean it's not possible.
It's very inspirational.
That's just my opinion.
No, I get what you're saying. I think the thing is like maybe it's just nostalgia, or maybe it's because whenever I'm thinking of like, the 90s weren't so bad, but that's because I was a kid and didn't have any responsibilities. So there is that kind of different lens.
That's another point, right?
Yeah,
like
I'm sure my out of work father would be like slapping me silly or whatever. Do you think? And we don't have to touch on this if it's going to be too touchy, but do you think we're just going to perpetually get softer as we go on?
Yeah. I think there's a breaking point to everything. So I was watching Quentin Tarantino on the Joe Rogan Experience, and he was talking about the state of movies throughout the ages, which was really fascinating. Like, he's the ultimate film buff, right? Like, this guy is just obsessed with movies, and he was saying that the 70s were a fantastic time for movies. You had all these amazing directors and awesome movies coming out that were really creative and well made. And then the 80s was terrible. And he was talking about how repressive it was, and you like weren't allowed to do a lot of things on the screen. It was like very restrictive for artists, right? Mm-hmm. And then he obviously got to start like late 80s, early 90s, right? And he's kind of has an ego. But he deserves to be. I mean, he's amazing. But, he was talking about like when Pulp Fiction came out, and he just like broke all the rules. And this was the spark of, another great era of movie making where people had the freedom to do what they wanted. So my point is with that, and he's saying, he's said this repeatedly, that he thinks that right now the state of movies is the 80s part 2 is what he calls it. Where there's not a lot of movies coming out that are good. We see that, Marvel movies is kind of like recycled stuff, but it is so chained, I guess. Safe, yes.
Yeah.
Which is that's the worst word an artist could hear, right?
Yeah. Well, you have a level of politically correct and a checklist of like, this is what you can and can't.
Because
within society,
but that's because it affects the monetary aspect of it.
It affects the future. People are so. I mean, kind of going back to your original point of like, we're so connected now.
Yeah,
we have so much information now. Like, you have such a fine line. Like, you mess up once, you're done.
That's the bad part too. My point is with that is that much like how he describes movies going through an era, it's ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
And so I think people will get softer. I mean, we're way softer than we were 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, you had to grow your own livestock, and
dude, people were fighting World War II.
Yes,
way younger than us.
But I think that's different.
How?
Because, I don't think it's different. But here's what I think. I think that the times will always define the person. They didn't have a choice.
Sure,
they had to do it, and they did it, and they were brave, and that's an amazing miracle that any of that even
right. But
was
can you
possible.
Imagine that today? Can you imagine a draft getting enacted today?
No,
right.
But if it happened, it would happen.
Well, if it happened, just wait it. What's draft age? 18 to
35.
Perfect. 2 more years, baby.
2 more years.
1 more year? How old am I?
I don't know.
34. Two more years. I want to be 36. Just get that safe age.
Space.
Yeah.
What if they extend it? What if they extend to like 12 to like 59?
12 to 59.
Yeah.
They got enough.
Because think about this: bucks. If aliens invade, we're gonna need an age extension.
Dude, if they could pull in all the 12-year-olds, and they just have robot combatants.
Oh yeah, you make it like a video game. Yeah, all of the best Fortnite players in the world.
Dude, can you imagine the therapy with that?
No,
where they're just like, oh my god, just 12-year-olds just going through and just murdering.
Well, I would say if they're in a mech, this has gotten very dark.
Yeah,
if they're in a mech,
this is what happens when we just go for it.
I would assume they would have like some sort of what's it called, virtual reality.
Yeah,
and they would censor it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm thinking. That's so fucked up. Please never draft 12-year-olds government of any kind.
Probably won't happen.
What was I saying? Oh, in terms of the movies, so there's these ebbs and flows of generations, and I think even though we're soft, I think there's always a breaking point and things kind of swing back in the other direction.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I'm trying to figure out like what.
But yes, will we ever be as hard as like?
Well, I mean, like
100 AD, dude. No way.
I got spanked. You get spanked?
No,
kid. You never got spanked. So
I got hit a little bit.
Got beat around.
Well,
yeah,
nothing crazy though.
I feel like you don't spank him. I don't feel like I would be able to spank my kid.
No, you can't spank your kid.
Yeah.
Well, you can, I guess, but people would frown upon that for sure.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like it's this social.
Boy, did that work.
Yeah.
Boy, did that work.
Yeah, it did.
Give me a better. Well, dude, I was actually talking to my friend about this. And I was like, dude, just imagine if stealing, they just cut off your hands. No one would steal. It'd be done. It'd be done. Find me someone who would steal at that point.
Yeah, I mean, people would still do it.
Here's what would happen. You have a live sentence on public TV, and then you get to watch some dude get his hands cut off for stealing a Twinkie.
And then maybe there's like you get both hands in one go.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, it's over.
Okay.
It's over.
I thought it was gonna be one of those like depending on like the monetary value that you stole. It'd be like
that would make more sense.
Write this sentence down with both hands so you could just tell real quickly what their dominant hand is, and that would be the.
Well, let's say this: like the monetary value is like under $100 or something.
Yeah.
Like the tip of your pinky, slice that off.
Every
know what I mean?
part of your finger is worth something.
Yeah. We are so fucked up in the head.
This is.
But what I'm saying
no wonder
is,
AI's gonna take it. It's like no, we'll give into it.
What I'm saying is, my point is,
he needed that loaf of bread.
Morally, well, yeah, that's different. That was what I was talking about too. Because I was talking to my friend about this because I was watching these porch pirate videos.
Yeah.
And people stealing things. I don't know if you have something like this, but people stealing things, especially people who can afford things, makes me more upset than almost any other crime. Like theft. Because it was
theft wise, you mean?
No, anything wise. Like there are other crimes that make me more mad.
Bad.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
But it is up there for me, is what I'm saying.
I got you. Because it's the hypocrisy of it.
Well, yeah, but there was this like mom who steals this VR on this guy's porch. And I should start by saying this. The video I was watching, I forget what the guy's name is, but it's pretty popular where he makes these fake packages for people to steal and then like puts a glitter bomb in them or something and all these things.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So he came out with his newest
like
one.
A terrible smell spray or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
He came out with his newest one and it was this big VR box on his porch and this woman stole it and the camera shows up with the audio and she's talking to her son about it and telling him, oh, I'm going to keep this in the car, and telling him that she stole it. And they're in this nice house.
So she told her son that she took it.
Yeah,
wow.
And the son's like, oh, yeah, that's awesome, Mom. Like, blah, blah, blah. It's like disgusting. It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
I was revolted by that. It made me so angry.
They got what was coming to them at least, right?
No, you shouldn't be a mom, dude. You were a piece of shit.
Oh, well, no. I meant they got glittered. And,
yeah, they did get glittered and stinked. But I don't know, man. Where was I going with that? Oh, so that's the reason I was like, yeah, dude, just fucking cut off her hand. Fuck that. In front of her son. Let her son watch.
Yikes.
It made me so irrationally mad.
That's some therapy there, too.
I don't know why stealing gets me so bad. I hate stealing. I'm such a big proponent of... But I was also talking to her and I was saying, look, I understand it's one thing if you steal a loaf of bread for your family because you can't afford it. I don't think there would be very few people who would say, this guy needs to go to jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would hope so, at least. I wouldn't say that. Like, if I was the store owner, I'd be like, what else do you need, dude? I want you to be able to live, right? But a VR, something you don't need, and you live in a nice house, and I assume that you make a decent amount of money that you can probably afford one, you're a piece of shit. Made me so mad.
Clearly.
So, VR would probably be a hand. I would take a hand for that. It's a couple $100.
That's like it's closer to 1,000.
Yeah, that's a hand.
Depending on what it is, a full hand.
Dominant hand, maybe non-dominant hand. We'll say.
Yeah, I don't know. So Grand Theft Auto. You think like two hands? Real Grand Theft, like stealing a car. Is that just you?
Yeah, with the person in it though, because now we're getting into like assault.
Oh, well, I guess
that would be like two arms.
Yeah. Start working your way up the elbow. Oh, my gosh.
But that's what I'm saying. You think anyone would do it? No. But it's morally wrong.
But we'll never.
Dude, the Egyptians did it.
Yeah, but
probably works.
Okay, but the Egyptians, I'm sure, spanked their kids. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a ramp up. It can't be put you in timeout and then cut your hands off for stealing.
Oh man, if only I was Flubel. What a messed up world. This is why no one person can rule the world. Everyone says, "Oh, but I would be a just ruler. But I would be fair and just."
Yeah, well,
not true.
You need, and
not true.
Well, everyone's justice is different.
Everyone's irrational about something,
right.
Or at some points. Like me, I would see that I should be, if I was Flubel.
Yeah.
And for anyone who doesn't know, who missed that episode, it means ruler of the world.
Yeah.
In the Couch Company language. If I was Flubel, I would, theoretically, I would want to do well, like just. I wanted to be just. But that's obviously not morally right to start butchering people for stealing things. But I get so mad at that.
Right.
That if I was the ruler of everything, I would probably do something. Like, I would see that mom and I would be like, public execution, fuck her. Like, I would get so mad because I'm a human and I get irrationally angry.
I don't.
And if you combine that with unlimited power, that is disaster.
Yeah, but if we're being completely honest.
Yeah.
Completely honest. You couldn't think of a better punishment than chopping her hand off. I could not do that.
Probably.
I don't like blood.
Probably I could think of a better punishment.
I think
But I can see how the slippery slope, I can see how it happens.
Yeah.
Because let's say, maybe if it's my first day of Flubel, I'm still sympathetic. But after all that going power hungry, I literally roll everything.
I was gonna say maybe
now I start seeing people, like I don't start seeing them as people. I can just see that going so poorly.
Or if you get like, everlasting life.
That's totally different. Yeah. Can you imagine what your perspective would be if you lived forever? I couldn't even imagine that.
Would you be indestructible? Or would it be like you just live forever? Like you wouldn't die of old age?
I would say, Randall Savage from the DC comics? He was a caveman and a meteor crashed on Earth as it does. And I don't know if this was in the comics. I remember this was in the show, but I would assume it's probably a similar origin story for him. And he huddled next to this hot asteroid because he was cold and he was a caveman. And it gave him immortality, but he was indestructible and he lived forever.
Yeah. See, if you're indestructible, that's different. I think that
he had both. Yeah.
If you could live forever, where like age isn't a problem. So like your organs and everything breaking down isn't a problem.
Yeah.
But everything else still applied. So like you get in a car wreck, like, tough, that kind of thing. I feel like that would be an interesting.
You wouldn't live forever. I mean, you'd die at some point. First of all, the odds, something would get you, but I think more accurately, continuing down this horribly dark path that we set for ourselves, there's no way you could, I don't know. You would, I don't know.
Just the odds.
Well, it's the odds, but I'm thinking about it as like you meet the love of your life, your soulmate, and you live out your days with her, and then you outlive her, and now you're going on for the next 20 years, like, bored with all these other people you're meeting because you just want to spend more time with that person you love more than anything.
Yeah.
That's torture.
Yeah.
That'd be horrible.
Well, it's I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just, what if it was everybody? What if everyone could live forever?
No.
Purely age-wise.
You get bored, dude. Things would be so weird.
I wonder if you...
Things would get weird quick.
Well,
really
overpopulation would be a thing. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. We would. I don't even know what we do.
Actually, would it? I wonder if
you know what we should do? We should get in a chat, OpenAI. Write me a prompt write me a simulation where everyone lives forever. What would humanity do?
Yeah. How long can humanity last if people did not die of old age? Would be the problem.
I would be really curious.
All other mortal ailments and conditions apply.
I have no idea what it would say. That would be a wild prompt.
Yeah.
And are we going to get canceled this episode? I feel like this is
I don't know. We've been all over the place.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, we've been having topics.
Yeah, no, I know.
Morbid
I'm just saying,
and horribly.
I don't think we'll get canceled.
Horrible.
You want to talk about cancel culture? No, okay. What else do we have to talk? I think we only had two things to talk about.
Yeah, those are the things I wanted to talk about.
I did have an extra one.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a question from an anonymous source.
Okay.
It's me. I'm asking the question.
Why would you do that?
Okay, it's an anonymous
You ruined
source.
all the suspense.
I'm sorry. So
I was racking my brain to try and figure out who this person was.
Fantasy football.
Literally playing 20 questions with myself.
Of who the person was?
Who the person was.
Okay, well, it's not me. It's not me.
No, it's too late.
Okay,
you ruined it.
Do the 20 questions.
No, you ruined it.
Pretend you don't know it's me.
I can't.
And okay.
I can't.
All right.
It's over.
We're playing fantasy football.
Okay, we are actually.
And it's me and you.
Yes.
In the finals.
Yeah.
However that shook out and happened.
No, it's fantastic.
How you feeling?
Feeling
good?
I know I'm going to lose.
Really?
Because you've had the most ridiculous fucking season of your entire life where I think you might be outscored. Points for and then points against. I think you might be outscored.
Wait, what do you mean?
You have more points against you. People have scored more on you than you have scored on them, I think.
Oh, I can check that right now.
Yeah.
I was going to say I can confirm that I have the lowest points against me.
Yes, that is true.
That
is
true.
true.
People don't
play well against you.
Yeah,
which is all luck.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
your points for are not that great either.
Oh, my points for are second worst. So yes, correct. So my points for is 1,883.
Yep.
That is second to last with the last place, your brother.
Yep.
At 1,824. So I have the second.
He had a bad year.
Second lowest points. And I do have the fewest points against it, 1,919.
So you have not scored more points than you have been scored on.
Correct.
Yeah,
people have scored on me more.
If you win, this is a travesty.
Yeah. But wouldn't that be normal? No, I guess
not if you're in the finals. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, that's not true. Yeah, I don't know.
You've literally scraped by in your wins and get blown out in your losses, and you're in the finals. It's disgusting. I know you're going to win because it's just, of course, like fantasy football is like, how can I do this the most memey way possible? And you will win. I have the second most points scored, and I think the highest. I think I'm actually the reciprocal of you.
Yeah, and well, that's the same thing with
I have the highest people scored against me.
So I think Will had the highest points.
He had the highest points.
And I beat him
but
last week.
I had the highest points against someone, I believe.
Look, buddy. I mean, it's going to be close. It'll be
sucks.
good.
I deserve to win. I deserve to win.
I'm gonna,
but I don't think I will.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
I'm just happy to be second place because then I don't have to, I get my money back.
That is a beautiful
That's
thing.
my goal.
I'm also happy about that.
I played this season for free.
Yep. Me too. So I think we can handshake
we'll
to that.
Handshake it. And then my second question from an anonymous source.
Oh, so this one's from an anonymous source.
Yeah, this is from an anonymous source. You want to do 20 questions for it?
Yeah, let's see if I can figure it out.
Yeah.
Do I know this person?
Yes.
Are they a female?
No.
Are they tall?
Average.
That's not. Are you supposed to be yes or no?
No.
Okay.
What do you consider tall? 6 foot?
Yes. Am I related to them?
No.
Does it have to be yes or no questions?
Yes.
Shit. Oh, is that one of my?
Yes.
No.
Lucky for you, I'm not counting.
Me neither. Do they have black hair?
No.
Do they play fantasy football with me?
Yes.
Am I friends with them?
I would say so, yes.
Is it Mike?
No.
Damn. John?
No.
Does he have black hair?
No. Neither does Mike.
Who
Mike
is
has
it?
brown hair. It's me. This is
Whoa,
something asking
you said you have black hair.
I don't have brown hair.
What?
Are you kidding?
Are you kidding me?
Dude, the light's off. I mean,
That's black as the night sky.
Oh, get out of here. You're looking at
this is brown hair.
Yes, I have the exact same color of hair as you do. You're insane.
You're nuts.
Oh my gosh.
No way.
Buddy, I just had a picture.
This is black.
Put up.
This water bottle is black.
Yes, that's black.
That's the same color as your hair.
Buddy, look. There's here, I'll give you, this is what an AI just did. That's brown. It's brown hair. I have brown hair.
No, you don't.
My beard might be darker. Brown hair. Are you? Oh my gosh, we got a light on now. Look at that. It's probably you're insane.
No, it's not.
Oh my gosh.
That and this.
You're pointing to my
hoodie.
black hat, my black hoodie.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm wearing a black hoodie
Put it
next
like
to my brown hair. Brown hair. Dark brown. I'll give you dark brown. My jacket's brown too.
See, I think that's black too.
No, that's insane. And okay. All right. So
Post a picture of yourself.
This is why we need
post a picture of yourself on Twitter.
All right.
Poll.
Do I have
it's
brown
poll time.
or black
It's the
hair?
first poll time.
Buddy, I don't even have
year.
to. I don't even have to post a picture.
Why?
I could literally say, "Do I have brown or black hair?" And I bet you everyone would be like, "Yeah, you have brown hair."
No.
Don't go wake up my wife.
I
saw what you thought.
Yeah. All right, whatever.
Anyway,
I think I may be colorblind.
The question for me:
I can't tell the difference between brown and black.
do we want to do anything fun
Okay.
for the loser of us two?
Oh, a little wager.
So I didn't know if you felt confident. If you don't feel confident, you're like, oh, I'm going to lose.
100% know I'm going to lose, but I'll be a good sport about it. What did you have in mind?
I don't know. That's the thing. Is
Okay.
I was going to spitball some stuff with you. I don't want to go crazy where it's like,
no, I don't.
oh,
either.
24 hours at McDonald's or something. You know?
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What are you spitballing here?
That's what I mean. I don't know. Is
Your black
top of
hair
the
couldn't
head.
think of anything?
you can dye your hair black. Whoever loses,
That's funny.
just dye their hair black.
You'd have to dye brown, of course.
We don't have to decide right now. I'm just like we can
Okay.
we can workshop.
We
it
can
and
workshop
think
it.
about it.
Well, we only have a couple days.
Do we? Oh
No,
yeah.
by the time this comes out, it'll be over.
It'll be done. Yeah.
So we have to figure it out.
yeah,
now.
maybe we'll just throw it out into the Twitter, and if somebody comes up with something, maybe we do that.
No, I think it's gonna be too extreme. I want to keep
Probably.
it very chill. I want to keep it very, very chill.
You just want to do like next time we go out to dinner. On top
pay
of
for
that,
it?
yeah. So let's put it this way.
Okay.
Let's put it this way.
Okay.
You get your money back, right?
Right.
You get $20 for being second place,
Of course.
or I get $20 for being second place.
Right.
I feel like that's a good dinner. That's a Thornhill thing.
Yeah.
So we'll just take that $20, and whenever we go out to Thornhill, we get the next person's
Deal.
meal and what do we say? 2 drinks.
Deal.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, we'll shake on that.
Shake on
That's
it. I'm gonna lose. Like I just gave away a free meal, but whatever. That $20 will get half that meal.
But so here, and this is my thing.
Yeah.
Anytime that historically, you can check this.
Okay.
Anytime I was projected to win by like if I had like 140 points or more,
Yeah.
my team dies. Like it plummets.
I think the
I get
Chiefs
blown
are
out.
playing for something though, which would indicate that you're gonna win.
They are playing for something. I moved some people around. I have the Bengals defense now, so I pulled those in.
Don't know if the Bengals are playing for anything
I
now.
pulled in some Saints guy,
Okay.
wide receiver
Michael Thomas.
for the Saints. I don't know his name.
Michael Thomas is
I don't
injured
think
the
so.
whole year.
so then probably not him.
I hope so.
Both my running backs for
Okay, so I officially beat Calvin because
Oh
of
yeah, it's good to
what
put
happened
that
on
out.
Monday.
Sure.
It was like his player's still in.
Well, see, even looking at the projections now, like mine have gone down. I was projected to be at 143, and now I'm down to 138. So someone
I
is
think
dropping the ball.
everything
here.
that's happened is been affecting because like I don't think the Bengals are playing for anything. I think the Chiefs still are, but it's very weird. I have to look at the scenario again.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase. Oh my God, this is gonna be crazy week.
Rashad White, I don't think is doing anything, right? Like the Commanders aren't actually doing anything.
Rashad
right?
White is on the Buccaneers.
Yeah. Oh, right. But they're actually trying to get better playoff position.
I believe
is that
they are
right?
locked in.
But they can't get something better. It says it remains to be seen what White's Week 18 workload against the Falcons will be, is whether the Buccaneers can improve playoff positioning with a victory will likely be a major factor.
Yeah.
And I don't know. See, this is where you have all the benefits because I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm looking at all my guys. I think they're all playing for something, except my kicker. And technically, one of my running backs is Nick Chubb going to play. I would assume so, right? I would assume he's going to play.
The thing that I hate is every time I want to put Adam Thielen in, he puts up like 2 points, if that.
Yeah, Thielen this year has been getting crushed
Every
because
time they're
Justin
like,
Jefferson's
he's
been
going to suck.
amazing.
Well, he wasn't amazing last week. Sorry, Will.
Oh, yeah, it's too soon.
But that's a perfect example where like Justin, like he should have blown me out of the water.
Yep.
And then he gets nothing.
Yep.
And then it was just my kicker and his kicker going toe-to-toe.
Well, Calvin's team totally sucked too.
Well, it didn't help that they canceled that game. So, like, Calvin could...
He was done.
Putting up 57 points, probably not going to happen.
60-something.
Oh, I thought it was like... Yeah, I thought you said it was like 57 or something.
I think it was 67. Maybe it was 57. Still, 57 is not going to happen for a quarterback.
Yeah, probably not. Unless you're...
You need like 6 touchdowns, 600 yards.
Yeah.
Like, no way. Has it happened? Maybe. Actually, let me look that up. Let me look up the highest points fantasy quarterbacks ever scored.
I think it... 57. Didn't someone get 60 one time? I don't know if that was a quarterback, though. That might have been like a running back or something. Someone got something crazy. But I don't know. We could think about... well, I guess we decide on dinner. So that's what we'll do. We'll do dinner. I don't know. I like my team. Everyone's sitting there on the bench smiling.
Yeah.
I just we'll see. We'll see. And the best man win.
55.4.
55.4 is the top
ever. And it was in 2004. I don't even know if they did fantasy football back then.
So Calvin would have had to have
set a record.
Time.
Yeah.
Oh man. What he would have set a record and then win the league. That would have been nuts.
That was a running back.
But you projected at 135 and projected at 138. I mean, that's a very close game.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good one.
I hope so.
Me too. Me too, buddy. Well, this is why people complain about Week 18. Like Mike always complains about this because, like, half your team could potentially not be playing for anything.
You gotta think ahead, man. You gotta think ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all skill. Everything that I did this year was just
the home run hot dunks.
The home run hot dunks, yep. And then my little thing is ace, which I got from tennis.
Yep.
Or volleyball or any other place to get aces. Yeah. Well, sure. So what else? What else are we talking about? We have a top 5, right?
Yeah, we have a top 5 this week. Speaking of darkness, morality, humanity, technology.
I'll give you technology, sure.
Donuts.
I would love to meet the person who like perfected the donut. I understand, like, I made a
Bob Donut.
Donut. Yeah, but I mean, they haven't done like a documentary on him yet, right?
No. But they should. You're right.
Yeah.
Bob Donut was a pioneer, I would say.
He was this junior, right? Robert Donut Jr.?
Yes.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Top 5 donuts. We have
top
a list.
5 donuts.
There's a thing on the internet.
Anyways, dude, I don't know about you, but the end of 2022 killed me.
Yeah.
I gained 10 pounds.
Yeah, I would say I'm right there with you.
So anyways, I have not been eating donuts recently.
No.
But I will do my best to rank them.
In all honesty, because we haven't been eating donuts, because I'm on the same train you are, right? 1,400 calories a day. I'm not
1,400.
Yeah, I'm not straying from that.
Awful.
Last night I didn't have a sliced pizza. If I had one pizza, I'd be gone.
I was over last night. I've been doing 1,700 a day, but also 150 grams of protein.
I crush protein because all I'm doing is turkey and chicken.
Yeah,
that's all I'm eating.
Yeah, I find it very difficult, but I should just eat turkey and chicken.
Yeah, turkey, chicken, eggs.
I had 4 eggs.
If I do
this morning,
for my fats, I'll get some like almonds, put that in there, maybe some cheese, all protein.
But we are talking about donuts, which have neither
donuts.
protein and 1 million calories.
I was going with the point of we're at our best to rank these, because we're so hungry for something that's not good for us, that we'll be able to listen to our stomachs and our hearts and our brains
and our hearts
and our hearts
and our
stomachs, and really come up with a top 5.
I agree. So I sent Tyler a.
Yeah, I got to bring this up now.
Graph. It's not a graph. It's an image. What would you call this?
Like a grimmage.
The line of grimmage.
I can't confirm it is an image.
It is an image.
What it
I'm
is,
totally blanking on like what the word is for it. A
like infograph?
No,
I mean, it's not.
It's like a
collage.
I don't know. It's an image called Donut Glossary. And what's interesting about this is it has each category of donut alongside the different types of donuts in that category. I don't know if it'd be possible to put this image on there, like on our website or something, so they can follow along with us.
Actually, yeah, I can.
Are we even allowed to use this image? Maybe not. We'll have to look at that.
We are definitely not.
Yeah.
But I can. I'll get something together.
It's on Google Images though, isn't that free use?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Is it actually?
No.
Oh God,
not at all.
That's what I thought. I don't know.
No, absolutely.
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
No, you should not.
So
steal
Google
anything
steals
off.
everything.
No, Google surfaces everything. It's one of those things like, we won't show your image, and then good luck anyone coming to your website.
All right. Anyways, so
yeah,
the different donut categories are a raised donut, which I think most would consider the base form of a donut.
These are your Krispy Kremes.
Yeah.
So these are a little bit more airy.
Yep.
And airy.
They have air in
light.
them.
Yeah.
Now, alongside the raised donut, I guess there's a evolved form.
Evolved form of
where
raised?
There's filling in raised donuts. So those fall into the raised donut category. So you have your glazed donut, that's like the base form of a raised donut.
Yeah.
But then like a Boston cream or whatever donut, like anything cream filled, is also in the raised donut category, just for anyone who's wondering at home. Okay, you have a cake donut.
Yes.
That is family number 2.
That's going to be your standard, what I consider, like the first donut I ever had was a cake donut.
Okay. So
Krispy Kreme didn't exist back then.
No. So you have your cake donut. Now, I'm trying to look at this picture here. Do the bars they don't fall into the cake donut. So I guess you have your own, like the donut bars.
They're just elongated.
Raised donuts.
Yeah. Like, for instance, we're also apparently considering cinnamon rolls as a type of donut.
Is that true? I don't know. It is in the donut glossary, though.
I could see it. It's the same texture.
You usually see them sold together.
Yeah.
I could see it. We might allow that. And then an apple fritter is kind of in that miscellaneous category.
Yeah.
Then you have your cake. That just says vanilla cake. So there's just more.
You have your cake donuts, and then they put it between vanilla and devil food.
Donut holes.
Yep.
Devil food cake. That's just more cake.
Chocolate cakes, and then
fritters. Oh, so they put cinnamon rolls in the fancy donut category.
Yeah.
Alongside bear claws, which look like udders in this picture.
I've never. Yeah. Well, let's go through the list, and we'll start shouting names out.
All right. Anyways,
different things.
Yeah.
And we'll go.
All right. Glazed donut. How do you feel about it?
This is the Hershey bar of donuts, right? Like, I feel like you're gonna make a big swing for this.
You go first.
I like a glazed donut.
I love glazed. I love glazed.
Let me ask you this.
All right. Here we go.
And I don't want to skip ahead. Would you rather have a glazed donut, or would you rather have the exact same thing,
okay,
but in a donut hole form?
Glazed donut.
Wow, really?
I love Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
I love going
Krispy
as a
Kreme
kid.
doesn't have donut holes?
I love looking at them making all the donuts.
Yeah.
And I love getting one. And a nice warm donut right off the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And it was not a hole, it was the regular donut. And that's what I love.
But what I'm saying is,
okay,
taste-wise, texture-wise,
sure,
everything-wise, it's identical. It just happens to be in a nice little bite size that you can just kind of eat out of a cup.
Right.
You just kind of go to town on some donut holes.
Yep.
Or get like a little box. And by little box, I mean something that holds like 50 donut holes.
Yep.
You'd still rather just have a glazed donut over the hole. Why? Like, why?
Nostalgia.
Just pure nostalgia.
Trumps common sense every time.
Okay.
Every time.
That's
it's
a
undefeated.
Shirt. That's our first shirt that we're going to sell on the website.
It's undefeated against common sense.
That's the back of the shirt. So nostalgia trumps common sense every time.
Yep.
And on the back, it just says it's undefeated.
We had a couple other shirt ideas.
Yeah, I got to go back to, there was something about like I don't know, some Halo gun almost made it or something.
There's like a Halo one combined with pizza?
Yeah,
it's very
pizza
strange.
Yeah.
And then there's probably like
a
a donkey outline with a number 4 on it. That seems like a classic.
Yeah.
I should write these down.
Good. Shirt ideas.
All right. So what's our next one, pal?
Right,
how do we feel? Maybe? Can we at least get a maybe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we get a maybe, please? Yep. Thank you.
Do you not like donut holes then?
I like donut holes, but
I can't good conscious put donut holes and a glazed donut on there.
Yeah, then get rid of donut holes.
I'll do.
But you can have a.
Yeah. So just get rid of yours. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Yeah, I'm getting that off.
Okay, perfect.
All right, glazed donut on there. All right, what's next?
All right, what was the quote?
God, nostalgia trumps common sense every time.
Nostalgia.
Maybe say beats. You don't want to be too political with this.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez. Jeez.
All right. What's next?
What's next? We got a sugar donut. We could bless you. We could really just call this a glazed donut that's gritty.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
No, look, man, and glazed is about as messy as I'm willing to get.
Yeah.
Sugar is just, it gets everywhere. It's
The thing
for me.
with sugar is like I feel the cavities. I feel them being rubbed into my teeth, so I just can't do it. I can do it. I've eaten sugar donuts. It's
exfoliating your teeth in a bad way.
In a very bad way. So I've eaten sugar donuts. I have no problem eating a sugar donut, but I would rather have a glaze every time.
There is some weird kind of cathartic experience of licking your fingers after sugar has been on. So like your fingers are just covered in sugar and you kind of clean them off.
I like how you feel like Scarface a little bit with all the sugar on your face.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I thought the powdered sugar would be a little bit more closer to that. Right?
Yeah, it's probably more accurate. This would
You're
be
talking about the cocaine.
I am talking about the cocaine, but I guess a sugar donut would be more like crystal meth.
I've never seen crystal meth.
Me neither. It's probably nothing like that at all.
I'm going strictly by Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and
rules.
It's blue in that one.
Yeah. All right.
What a good show.
Sugar donut, not getting on the list. Sorry.
All right, powder donut.
Powder donut, I think that's the same thing. That's a choking hazard. That should be illegal.
Too much powder.
Yeah.
Too messy.
Yeah.
Too messy. It is good though. I do like powdered donuts, but it's too messy.
Donuts are
it's
donuts.
Not worth it.
Like, yeah, why? I mean, if you're going to be picking a donut, I've never seen, oh, hey, we only have powdered donuts.
Yeah.
You're never going to pick one. Right. I mean, that should be I'm not saying that's the deciding factor. Right. But I'm saying we're in a donut shop. Powdered isn't even on the list. They could give us, I don't even know how many donuts you have on this list.
Yeah.
They could say like, okay, hey, you pick 50 donuts here.
Yeah.
I'd get 2 glazed before I get one of each. Let's put it that way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just really, I know you've already agreed, but I really want to drive it home how bad powdered donuts are.
I don't think it's bad.
They're the worst.
I don't know about that.
Should we crown the worst donut?
No.
Okay.
Dude, it's not powdered donut.
All right.
It's not powdered donut, man. It's donut holes.
What's the next one?
I'm just kidding. It says crumb donut, and I don't even know what that means.
I'm trying to look at the picture.
I hope it's not breadcrumbs.
Is that like a toasted coconut type of thing?
I don't think so because that's a separate.
Oh, that's down there. Yeah. Okay. We don't need. We'll
what
skip
is
it.
a crumb donut?
I was thinking it was like a toasted coconut or like some Krispies on it. Like maybe it's like extra batter on it.
I'm gonna look it up. It up.
How do you? While you're looking it up,
okay.
And they're breaking these out into multiple sprinkle categories. I think that's excessive.
Yeah.
Do you like sprinkled donuts?
Yeah, I like
classics.
Sprinkle. Yeah, I like sprinkle.
Before the glazed donut was in, they did like a, hey, here's some sprinkle icing on it.
I like sprinkles. Yeah, they're fun.
Top 5?
Probably not, but they're fun. They're fun.
Do you prefer vanilla sprinkles or?
I do like the vanilla sprinkles.
So that you like the white icing, not the pink icing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I do like that. I don't know why.
I'm with you on that one.
But not top 5, I would say.
I'm assuming that a donut with chocolate icing or a donut with chocolate icing and sprinkles are both just not.
Unsalted butter.
Oh, okay.
That's a crumb donut.
I can't.
Brown sugar.
Can't imagine it. I'd try it.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Not top 5 intrigued, but.
Okay.
I'd try it.
And we got our answer.
I mean, if we're not eating donuts, I don't think I would go with a crumb donut as my I fell off the wagon. I'm going to fall off the wagon for some other ones.
Yeah, right, for sure. All right. How do you feel about a chocolate donut?
That's what I was asking you. Do you care about chocolate icing or chocolate icing?
Chocolate icing. I love chocolate icing.
So you would want that to be considered?
We're talking about the icing, right? We're talking about the icing.
Well, I'm talking about like you're saying that you want a glazed donut on the list. I'm with you, but then you're saying I also want.
I'm thinking
chocolate icing.
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe not. Maybe just the glaze. But I want it to be on the record that I do enjoy chocolate.
Let me put it this way: between chocolate and chocolate sprinkle, I know this is going to be hypocritical of me because I don't like the messy. Yeah. I want the sprinkle.
Shocker.
I want the sprinkle.
Shocker.
I think it gives me a little like it's
top 5.
No.
Okay. Well, then stop.
Okay.
Stop being silly.
I'll stop.
Commit or don't.
No, I already was gone, man.
Okay. All right. So I think we've covered the regular raised donuts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let me get to my favorite donut of all time now that we're on this category still.
Okay.
Maple donut.
Maple donut. That's not on here?
It's not on here.
Anywhere?
It's on...
It's a maple bar.
It's on a maple bar, but I'm talking about a raised donut with maple.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a maple bar is.
Yeah, but I don't want it in the bar form. I want it in the donut form.
Man, you are really just prejudiced with your
specific
forms. Yeah.
What do you mean prejudice? I don't want a bar. I want a donut.
Okay. Well, why? I mean, what's wrong with a bar?
Nothing. A donut's just better.
In what way?
It's a circle. A circle is a more useful shape than
but you get more
rectangle.
with the bar.
It's not. It's
also.
not,
I'm not sure it's more useful
yes, it is.
than a rectangle.
Yes.
There are more rectangles than circles in the world.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying if
all the circles way out of the world. What do we got? We could replace every rectangle with a square. It's a useless shape.
Okay. Sure.
You can't replace every circle with a square.
Where are you going to live in? You can't live in circles.
You can live in a square and a triangle. That's how you draw the most basic house. It's a square and a triangle.
I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a square house. Like a perfectly square house. The moment it's not a perfectly square house, it's a rectangle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not true. What if it was a rhombus?
Could be a rhombus.
That's not a rectangle.
They're all rectangles.
No, they're not.
What are you talking about? Well, technically not. A rhombus isn't, but a square is.
A square, no.
It's a rectangle.
Rectangle is a square.
Four right angles.
Yeah.
Square is 4 perfect right angles.
Oh, shit, you're right. I think you're right. Trapezoid? Trapezoid?
I wouldn't want to live in a trapezoid, but
I'd live in a trapezoid.
A trapezoid is
I'd trap your zoid.
Ditto.
All right.
Still Chelsea's a little
Maple
higher.
donut is my favorite donut of all time.
Okay.
That is what I get every time I get a donut.
I was not. I
will die if it's not on the list.
Yeah,
I will die if it's not on the list.
Okay.
I will combust.
All right. I gotta recalibrate here. All right. Let me put maple donut. We'll put that
maple
on there.
Donut.
Okay.
Has to be a donut.
Okay.
Not the bar.
Yep. Donut. I'll put donut in all caps.
This is what I don't like. They have a chocolate raise and a chocolate bar, but they don't have a maple bar and a maple donut. This is completely ridiculous on this donut glossary.
It's almost like this random image you got off Google.
It's ridiculous.
Is it
ridiculous.
Complete? Yeah.
All right. Now we get to the fillings. How do you feel about raspberry glaze filling?
I hate raspberry.
Excellent, me too. How about raspberry powder? Does the powder help?
That's somehow even worse. It's like, hey, you hate raspberry filled donuts. What if you choked on it and that was the last thing you ever ate? What if you died because you fat ass? It was like, well, this is the only donut I have. I may as well hate every moment of it and choke to death.
How do you feel about lemons?
Not
lemon
in a donut.
filled.
Not in a donut for me.
Me neither. Blueberry?
Nope. It's close. So if I'm going blueberry, I would go muffin though. I don't like blueberry filling.
I don't like blueberries, but I agree. You have to go muffin. Cream. Just cream.
Nope.
Cream filled. Okay.
Nope. And the reason being, and we'll probably get there, and
because there's a better one coming.
It's custard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no.
It's
it's the white cream.
I want the custard.
The yellow custard?
I want the yellow custard.
Yeah.
And I hate when so they're like, oh, it's a Boston cream donut.
Yeah.
And forever as a kid, I was always told that's a Boston cream donut.
Yeah.
So I always ordered that.
Yeah.
And then I got a real Boston cream donut.
Yeah.
And it's just it's not the custard. It's just cream.
The white cream.
Yeah. super disappointed.
Wait, I'm confused. We're gonna have to get back to that. So no to the cream filled, no to the chocolate filled. I'm assuming,
Correct.
but yes to the Boston cream.
No.
No to the Boston.
The Boston cream is an imposter.
Wait, what?
The Boston cream is good.
I thought the Boston cream was the yellow custard.
Not according to this picture.
That's custard.
No, that's a.
What? Look at the viscosity of that.
It looks to be the same color as the cream filled next to it.
Yeah, but it's that is thicker than the cream. That's not the cream.
All right. Well, let me.
Poof. Look how poofy the cream is.
In a Boston.
Yes.
Cream.
Thank you.
donut.
Yes. Let's get Google in here. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Custard. Okay, no, it is custard.
Custard,
filling.
yes. Okay.
So then
You owe me $100.
Okay, and then
Yep. So you got scammed. You got scammed. It sounds like you were led on the right path, and then someone scammed you.
Well, anyway, all things.
Your brain's not working.
I picked up a chocolate covered donut.
Okay.
And I ate it, and I got like whipped cream in it.
Yeah.
And from then on, I've never ordered a Boston cream donut because they told me that's what a Boston cream donut is.
But it is a Boston cream donut.
The custard is.
Custard is.
What I'm saying is, for the past 20 years,
Okay.
I've just asked for custard donuts.
Okay. Which is the same thing as a Boston cream.
According to this list and definition, yes.
Yeah.
I'm still just going to ask for custard. I'm not going to
Why
take
risk
chances.
it? Why
Yeah,
risk
exactly.
it in case someone doesn't know what they're talking about? Yeah. That's
I
good.
think Boston cream should be on the maybes, personally.
I can mess with a Boston cream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
So
a
I'm gonna
Boston
have
cream.
to-
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Maybe not as passionate or as traumatized as you, but I'm with you.
I love everything apple, too.
Apple filled. I don't know if I've ever gotten an apple filled donut, actually.
So I'll say everything on this list, like that's the one I'm like, I don't remember ever having an apple-filled donut, but boy, do I want it. So the fact that neither of us had it probably shouldn't go on the list.
Yeah.
But out of all these donuts that we're going to be talking through.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. That's number 6 right
Number
there.
6.
Yeah.
Maybe. Definitely number question mark. Like we want to try it. That does sound intriguing. I would try an apple filled. I don't think I ever have, like I said.
Yeah.
All right, there are filled ones.
Uh-huh.
Cake donut. How do you feel about a glazed cake donut?
There's something to be you want to talk about nostalgia.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Well, I forgot you were born in the 18th century, so
yeah, this is all I had back
That's
then.
all you had, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. That is interesting.
Glazed came out, and it was a game changer.
That is a huge game. The air. When you infuse the air into the
So here's something that you're gonna love.
I'm gonna love this.
You know how I don't like chocolate?
Yep.
I'd rather have a chocolate cake donut than a vanilla cake donut.
No, that's what makes perfect sense. No, I'm starting to adjust to the Tyler formula.
I don't want chocolate icing and chocolate filling.
No,
you want the main chocolate cake.
You want that main chocolate.
I'll mess with that. Yeah.
Unless it comes to desserts, then you don't want the chocolate cake.
Correct. I'd rather do the vanilla.
Right. Exactly. No, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
But a chocolate donut, I will take over a chocolate piece of cake.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. You're
like
no. It sounds like I'm being sarcastic.
But you got.
But I'm with you. 1,000%.
All right. Good. I'm glad.
I don't agree with you, but I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay.
In spirit.
So do you care about the either vanilla glazed or chocolate glazed donuts, cake donuts?
I don't.
I don't think they're top 5.
This will shock you.
Okay.
I'm a fan of the plain cake donut.
That doesn't shock me. That's about as.
This might shock the world.
No,
I'm a huge fan of the plain cake donut. There's something about it.
Dude, it looks like a freaking Cheerio. You know what I mean? It looks
purest form of the cake donut.
If you hold it out here, it's just a Cheerio. That's all it is.
Dude, say what you will. A cake, a good. Here's what I love. Okay. Here's what I love about the basic form of things. There's no hiding, man.
Yeah.
There's no hiding.
Okay.
It's either good or it's not.
Do you think you can get a little? I'm pretty sure they'll sprinkle some maybe like some sugar crystals on it. Like I'm not saying you do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think they would still call it a plain cake donut.
If they had a little garnish
have a
on
little
it.
sugar.
I would still allow it, but I think you go pure cake.
Yeah.
You just put a cake in a circle.
Would you take? So you would take that over? And I'm just going to start kind of rambling these off. Like a glazed devil food cake.
I've never had one, but yes, I would.
All right. And
because I've had really good cake donuts.
Yeah.
Because bakeries, like a good bakery will make you a fantastic cake donut.
Do you want me to put this on the on the list,
yes,
on the maybes?
From the maybes, at least.
All right.
At least.
Plain ass cake.
I don't like that. I don't like that you did that. And you might think that's not a big deal and just a joke, but I really don't appreciate that.
I'm very, very sorry.
And Cheerios are fantastic, by the way.
They are, buddy.
When I live longer than you because my heart is in perfect condition.
Perfect health. Yeah.
I just want you to remember how many times you made fun of me.
No. Oh, where are we right now? Glazed buttermilk. Have you ever had that?
No, I haven't had any of these. Maple buttermilk, Choco buttermilk.
Yeah.
Never had any of those. What about blueberry? A blueberry donut.
Again, muffin for me.
Perfect. Crumb cake. We have to try. So write this down. We have to try a crumb donut and an apple filled donut.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about both. Toasted coconut. I know we mentioned it before.
Not a big coconut guy.
I hate coconut.
I would eat a toasted coconut. Not top 5, but like I actually surprisingly don't hate it.
Interesting.
It's okay.
I do hate coconut, so it's a no for me.
I hate the coconut smell, but I'll eat coconut.
That's very.
It's
kind of strange, but
it has to have some sort of like overpowering thing. So like if I'm doing like chocolate or something, I can do it because it's like, okay, this doesn't smell like suntan lotion. It just tastes
like suntan lotion.
Yeah, coconut suntan lotion. That's what I attribute the smell of coconut to, is just suntan lotion.
How do you feel about the bar form of donuts?
Bars?
Yeah.
Well, you hate bars. I mean, maybe we could kind of talk about a cinnamon twist.
I think that bars don't taste as good. And here's my theory behind this.
I don't have data to... Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever had like super extra large pizza?
Yeah.
They taste terrible. It doesn't cook evenly. It gets too big where it's not as good as your classic large pizza. There's a reason that's the base form of a pizza.
There's a reason why the Reese cup is the best version of a
You
Reese
get to the Kings, you get to all this craziness. You got the original form is scientifically the best form of how it's produced and cooked and crafted. It's the same with the donut. You try to get fancy with a big bar.
Yeah.
It's not going to be even. It's not going to be as good.
But what about like a cinnamon twist, which is meant to be that way?
I think a cinnamon. What do you mean? Oh, I think a cinnamon roll is better than a cinnamon twist.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I think it's the same principle. I think that's the same exact principle. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, no, I think they are different. I think a cinnamon roll is going to be glazed and has a different texture. A cinnamon twist, I think are typically more airy and they have like that kind of granulated sugar on them and stuff.
Yes, the rolls are definitely more dense.
So we're putting cinnamon roll on a maybe.
I love a good cinnamon roll.
My mom makes them every. I get a cinnamon roll more or less once a year for Christmas.
Okay,
it's delicious.
It's so good.
And they're not even like the quote unquote good cinnamon rolls.
Right.
They're just again nostalgic.
Yeah.
And they go great.
Yeah, ever go to what's the one place that does the Cinnabon? They're so good.
Yeah,
so good. I mean, that's not the best form. Like a superior cinnamon roll will be the best, but even a base cinnamon roll, if you follow my logic here, is still fantastic.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Kind of like a pizza.
I agree.
Like an average pizza is still great.
You would think I would be all for like a cheapo cinnamon roll, right? With my love of mangoes.
No. Actually, I don't.
Yeah,
because that would be logical. You see how that works?
Yeah.
I've cracked your code.
Okay, good.
If I start detecting a pattern, I immediately flip. Immediately.
It saves me a lot of explanation.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
No, I'm anyone who doesn't understand that thought pattern, shame on them, because that makes perfect sense.
Is it worth going through any of these vanilla cakes or devil food chocolate cakes? They're all cake things. All cakes. It's just different types of
I am fascinated about all these different cakes.
It's like they wanted to fit. They didn't have enough space. they had too much white space. They wanted to fill it in.
Yeah. What about an apple fritter?
I want to talk about an apple fritter.
All right, let's get it out.
You know your maple donut?
Oh, don't do this to me.
You know your maple donut?
Apple fritter?
If there is, and you can ask my wife about this.
I'm going to ask your wife about this.
If there is a donut that I get when I go into a donut shop, it's an apple fritter. I love apple. And to be fair, that's because I want an apple muffin, but an apple donut it's very good.
Remember when we literally just talked about blueberries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
making sure.
Yeah, but there's a difference because I don't like blueberries in a donut. I do like apples in a donut.
You've never had apples in a donut? Well, a fritter, I guess.
Fritter, that's what I'm talking about. It's apple fritter.
I thought you were talking about the...
It's not a filling. I'm saying...
this is an apple fritter.
Yes.
Yeah.
An apple fritter
Okay, put it on.
Is amazing.
I like an apple fritter. I'll eat one.
It's okay.
I'll eat one. It's not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's bad.
We'll get there. All right, go ahead.
So now we get to the fancy donuts, and we already did cinnamon roll. And apparently, a cinnamon roll is different than a big cinnamon roll.
Yeah, that's stupid. What's a butterfly? Do we?
I have no idea.
It looks essentially like a textured maple thing.
Yeah. I
like a bear claw too.
Bear claws are really good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's more maple too, though, isn't it?
Yeah. You can get different kinds.
Yeah. I think I could be misremembering, but I think I might have had like an apple bear claw at one point.
Yeah.
And then when I learned about an apple fritter, it's just that's what I want. I've never heard of a tiger tail before.
Me neither. Okay, traditional cinnamon, golden brown glaze, butterfly donut. I don't know.
So cinnamon donut.
Yeah,
so cinnamon roll, but textured. I'll take a cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Cinnamon roll.
So
I don't know what a tiger tail is. I think I've seen them before though. They look pretty crazy. But I don't. Fancy donuts. I mean, come on, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. We talked about donut holes.
That is my glazed donut. That's my plain donut.
Put on the maybes then, man.
I mean, we can put them on. All right,
we'll duke it out.
All right. I'm gonna have to. Actually, that's the strat.
Yeah.
Pad it out so I can take one off to take one of yours.
I can't believe you haven't noticed. That's what I've been doing this whole time.
82 episodes, 81 episodes in, and just learning it.
What's the last one on here?
The malasadas.
Yeah, I've never had that.
Yeah, me either. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Oh, they look like they're donut holes, but filled.
I'm assuming is that that Spanish, Mexican?
I don't know. Well, it sounds like it.
Sounds like it.
Never had it.
So how I said it sounds like it.
That's true. Okay. What do we got? What do we got on the list? Are we forgetting something? Probably, but there's obviously specific I've had like Oreo donuts and
I can't even think of those.
Specially crafted donuts. I know when I was visiting my brother when he was at Yale, so in Hartford.
A Yale donut. Those got to be.
They were very smart. There's this donut shop in downtown Hartford,
Connecticut,
yeah. And it was really cool. But they were all custom, these crazy concoctions. But we're just kind of going standard.
Yeah,
where you can find all these donuts in most places.
It's kind of like your ice cream, right? Like you could make some wacky thing, but it's just less is more.
Exactly.
I would be hard pressed to find a donut.
Yeah, there might be a specialty donut somewhere that's amazing, but I consider for this list, pounds. We didn't talk about the rules because you dropped the ball, but
yeah,
I consider this you can find this most places, all of these.
I was really trying to find some wacko food that I would fight as hey, this is a donut. Technically they're fried donuts.
Yeah.
French fry donuts and stuff. I'm I'm not going to do that.
You couldn't bring yourself?
No, donuts I feel are a little bit more sacred than...
I love donuts.
...than pies,
Whoa, what?
I didn't want to do a pizza pie situation where it's
oh, yeah.
The number one donut is a fried donut.
All right, we're not getting into that.
All right, let me read it. It's a shorter list. This might be easy. All right, glazed donut, maple donut, Boston cream donut, plain cake donut.
Yeah.
See how I took the ass out of that? Cinnamon roll, apple fritter, donut holes.
Okay, I would get rid of donut holes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, I will get, because look, if you feel so strongly from your nostalgia, I think donut holes are the superior way to eat glazed donuts.
And I'm usually with you.
Yeah.
With my milkshake theory.
Okay.
But your wackiness has spread on me where every time I eat a glazed donut, I get transported to that field trip. And I don't care about how easy this is to eat. I want to be in second grade again or whatever.
Okay.
I think we should just get rid of apple fritters. I mean, who are we joking?
I think we should get rid of a plain cake donut. I think
Probably more
it is.
accurate.
I think it is nutty to have a glazed donut and a plain cake donut on the same list.
Okay, we can get rid of it. We can get rid of it. I just wanted my passion to reach the audience.
I appreciate their passion.
A great plain cake donut is you have to have one.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
That's the true skill of the baker.
We are taking the best of everything. So you're saying the best plain cake donut. You think that's going to be better than the best glazed? Like, do you want a cakier donut or do you want a glazed donut? Like, it's all about texture when it comes down to that, right?
I am inclined to think that the cake donut has more skill expression. I really do. I really do. I think it does, but I really like glazed donuts.
So do I, and I got to fall back on my, like, if all things are equal in terms of, like, I like them equally, like, taste-wise, I can eat significantly more and feel better on the glazed donuts, like the airy ones.
I don't know. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think the cake donut has more skill expression. I think the skill ceiling is higher on a cake donut.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like
so if we're taking the best version, it's like a cake donut would be pretty awesome.
I've never had the best version of a cake donut. I think
that's fair. We can take it off. I just want people to know and search for a cake donut.
Even with a perfect cake donut, at some point, I'm starting to cross into like, I'd rather just have cake.
Yeah, you might be right. Dude, when it has like the perfect edge, cake donut. Dude, I'm like, I've had some good cake donuts.
Do you want to keep it on? Do we need to talk through
it's okay. It's okay. You don't believe.
Right.
I need believers here. I need believers.
So we have our 5 donuts already.
I think I was
we have a glazed donut, maple donut, Boston cream, cinnamon roll, apple fritter.
Get rid of the glazed. I want cake on there. Get rid of the glaze. I want cake on there. Yes, get rid of the glaze. I want cake on there.
Buddy.
No, I'm serious. Because I'm thinking to myself, this is huge brain. I already have the maple donut on there, which is essentially the same thing, just maple icing.
Except worse.
No. Better in every way. I want the cake donut on there.
Cake donut has to be number 5.
Cake donut is not number 5, and here's why.
Oh, buddy. We're going to throw down. We're going to throw down on donuts.
What of our 5? Now that I kicked glaze.
Hold on, I gotta put plain cake down. I gotta be very clear with this.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's so good, man.
Oh my gosh.
All right, wait. Let me think about
plain
this.
Plain cake donut.
Am I being crazy right now?
Yes.
I'm being crazy?
Yes.
Put glaze back on?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me put it this way.
Okay.
If you want the plain donut, glazed or otherwise, to be above the number 5 spot, you better put glazed on there. And even then, I don't know what we
put glazed at 5. Put glazed at 5.
Well, here. Okay.
Did I spark something?
No, I still think I still think plain cake donut deserves to be 5.
Okay.
But a cinnamon roll, you're getting into glazed donut territory. Yeah. I feel like you're holding up.
But the best cinnamon roll is
very
phenomenal.
Good. Yeah.
So I will not do that. Put glazed at 5.
Buddy,
you brought me down to earth.
Well, I mean, plain cake donut. You want the
I felt crazy when I was passionate about it. So now you've made me feel silly, and I want glazed donut at 5.
Right now.
Okay.
Which would you rather eat?
I haven't eaten either in forever.
Yeah.
That's just the problem.
Okay. Well,
so one of them I'm thinking about second grade field trip, and the other one I'm thinking about like this random bakery I had once that was amazing.
You make the final call there. I like
too glazed.
Glazed.
I think the people will understand more if I do glaze. I'm telling you, man, I had an amazing cake donut once. It's like the crust of it.
I can't remember the last time I had a good cake donut. It's perfect. Yeah, I believe you.
It's amazing.
I'm never going to go into a baker shop and be like, 1 cake donut, please.
You have to now. You have to now. You know we have to go to the best bakery in Pittsburgh and get a cake donut.
I feel like Dunkin' Donuts is probably going to make a better one than the best bakery in Pittsburgh.
A cake
donut? A plain cake donut?
Yeah.
I think
I'll give you Krispy Kreme will make a better glaze than anyone. I'll give you that.
I haven't made a Krispy Kreme in forever.
But a baker and cake donuts, you're out of your mind.
I mean, we could go to Dunkin' or that's what we should do. Go to Dunkin' and Krispy Kreme.
Yep. Compare.
Get our top 5s, cut them in half, and then compare and contrast. Do a little blind test.
Yep.
All right. You good with glazed donut at 5?
Good with glazed
that's
donut
like
at 5.
That's the foundation that everything else
now
goes
we
on
build.
top of?
Now we build.
So you have your glazed donut. You add some maple on top of it. There's your number 4 right there.
Oh, you bastard.
If it's your favorite one,
it is my favorite one of all time.
Spot, I will say
it's my favorite donut of all time.
Okay.
But I might take the best cinnamon roll of all time over my favorite donut of all time.
I don't like maple donuts.
Okay, put it at 4.
No. I mean, what I'm saying is
because I think I would put cinnamon roll over it.
Are we doing this wrong? Does Boston cream deserve to be 5?
No, Boston cream's great.
It is. Okay. Well, what if we put Boston cream at 4?
You think glaze is better than Boston cream?
I think it could be. I don't know. Like I'm going back and forth, right? I'm just trying to bump your. I'm trying to artificially inflate your maple.
No,
by default.
I'm good with maple at 4. It's a ridiculous, outlandish. It's my favorite. It's my favorite of all time.
It's your favorite donut.
It is easy. I go to Dunkin' Donuts and I get a maple donut. 100% success rate on that prediction.
Yeah.
Okay,
but then
you go to the Oracle. Guess what she's going to tell you? John's going to order a maple donut.
Maple donut.
Shocker.
I wish I liked maple donuts.
They're so good.
They're
so good. I can't even explain to you why they're so good. I just love them.
I will never. That's not.
I just love them.
Yeah.
Maple donut at 4. Cake donut at 3. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Maple donut at 4. I'm okay with that.
We have Boston cream, cinnamon roll, apple fritter. So
I kind of want
apple fritter at 3.
Oh yeah. I thought you were going to fight higher for that though. Now you feel bad. Now you feel bad.
Personally, I like an apple fritter more than a Boston cream. I cannot believe cinnamon roll's getting high.
Boston cream's getting high.
That's
Boston
why I'm
cream's making a run.
That's why I'm looking at this. I don't
sneaking by everyone.
Something's got to change here.
Sneaking by the defense.
I don't feel good about any of these being number 1.
What do you want to be number 1?
I don't know. I don't know what's fair.
All right, ready for this?
We can't put.
Are you ready for this?
Okay.
I'm just going to give you an order. I'm going to give you an order,
go.
And you just got to be an open mind here.
Just go.
Okay. Promise open mind?
I'm as open as I can get right now.
It's so close. All right. Number 5, Boston cream. Okay. Number 4, maple. Okay.
I'm gonna follow you while I'm doing this, just so I can visual. I'm a visual person, you know.
Number 3 then could be apple fritter. I'd say put that at a nice 3, bronze medal. Number 2, cinnamon roll. Number 1, cake donut.
I don't think no.
But what if cake wins?
No.
But what if it won?
Cake donut cannot.
But what if it won, Tyler? Tyler, ask yourself.
You could.
What if cake was the college company's number 1?
No
donut.
Nope. Just I can't.
Let it happen.
I can't
man.
do it. 2023, new year, new me.
What about
gotta
glaze
put my
one?
foot down.
Glaze one.
You could make the argument.
About glaze
I
one?
don't love glaze as number 1.
Okay. Do you love cinnamon roll number 1? I'm just gonna start saying them. And how does it make you want to? How does it make you react? Cinnamon roll number 1.
Let me put it this way.
Just no. Don't think about it. Boston cream number 1. How does that? You're nodding. You like that?
No.
You love that.
Let me run it up.
Okay.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Boston cream.
Okay.
Number 4. Glazed donut.
Okay.
3 maple.
Yep.
2 apple fritter. 1 is cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll number 1.
It's a little trolly.
Because
people are like,
you were afraid you were going to upset.
Cinnamon roll a donut.
It's on the donut glossary.
I really like it, a cinnamon roll.
Me too. And it's the best version.
And it gets ours up there.
The fact
I'm being a little selfish here with apple fritter being above me, because normally I'd be like, oh, you go above. I don't care. It's where the next ones.
Yeah,
but I don't really like maple. But I still want to do you justice. If that's the thing you're going to get every time, that deserves something.
Yeah, that's why I'm okay with it at 4.
So it's like our number 1 pick is like
I like apple fritters more.
Cinnamon roll.
Oh, I love hot cinnamon rolls.
Yeah,
just right.
And I love everything cold, but a hot cinnamon roll,
of course.
Yeah, well, kind of melt the icing on it and everything. It's
pattern.
Yeah, that's so good.
Doesn't follow.
Checks out. Yeah.
Yep.
How do you feel about
Yeah, I am with you big time on this. I'm with you big time on this.
Did we just go full
Yeah, I mean the structure of how this list was created is so awful that we have lost all credibility about everyone who's listening. But I'm in. I'm in on the cinnamon roll. I don't even care.
So do you feel good about Boston cream being 5 and then glazed? I feel like glazed donut,
I love glazed donuts.
Yeah, I can crush some glazed donuts.
It is the foundation of donuts.
If I had an option between having 2 glazed donut or 1 Boston cream, I'd go with the glazed donut.
Interesting. That is a funny.
I don't know. All right. Am I chiseling this? Is that what we're doing? All right. Number 5.
We'll put cake in there somewhere.
Number 5. Okay. Number 6 is, we can't do 6. 6 was the apple filled.
Number 7.
Number 7 is cake filled donut or cake
filled.
Cake filled donut. Yeah. Okay. So number 5 is Boston cream.
Yep.
Number 4 is glazed. Number 3 is maple. Number 2 is apple fritter. And then number 1, Couch Company donut, is cinnamon roll.
Set in stone.
Set in stone.
Done. Turn the key. Right. We'll lose more fans. I don't care. You think I care at this point? Pizza's the best pie.
That's true.
Pizza is the best pie. You think 2023 would have stopped us?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. It's not too new. It's not. We're still the same old Couch Company.
We haven't learned. I think a cinnamon roll is a donut. Right?
It's on the list, man. You can't argue with Google.
If it's donutglossary.com, okay.
I mean, here.
And cinnamon roll is.
All right, hold on. Before
it's over, Tyler. It's over.
Okay,
we chiseled.
I know.
We chiseled. It's over, dude.
Cinnamon is a cinnamon roll. Donut. See, this is what I'm talking about with AI. I didn't spell cinnamon right.
Yeah.
At all.
No, me neither.
And I was just like, yeah. It says no. It's a separate kind of thing. Donuts are usually round, often with a hole. Cinnamon rolls, bun. Oh, that does make a good point.
Yeah.
More of a yeasty bread.
Yep.
We can't do that then, right?
We have to change it.
Oh no. All right, cinnamon roll, you're dead.
Everything's saying no. Everything's saying no.
Yeah, look.
Hold up. We didn't do this with the other list. So is a pizza a pie? Okay,
Too late with that.
I understand.
So this is how
in America, pizzas are considered a pie.
Okay.
This definition refers to the pie being made of tomato sauce, cheese, and meat, and then covered with dough. The name comes from the ingredients layered on top of each other. Then the dough is added on top. Okay, I feel better about that.
Okay.
So pizza is a pie. Cinnamon roll, not a donut. So donut glossary.
Oh man, what does this do for our
cake? Cake time. It's cake time, baby.
Okay,
it's cake time.
We put apple. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, it's cake time.
You're saying in number 1?
No.
Oh, okay.
But at least number 5. Yeah. I don't feel good about apple fritter and number 1, and I know you don't. And I am about to Google if an apple fritter is a donut now, just to make sure I could destroy it.
It's in every.
Is an apple fritter a donut? Oh, that came up quick. Are apple fritters donut? Question mark. While apple fritters aren't your typical cake or yeast donut, they are certainly donuts.
Oh, all right. My heart was okay.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Plain cake. Oh no. All
right. I think people are saying it's a donut.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Oh no, this guy says it's not a donut.
Well, he can pound salt. I will fight an apple fritter as a donut.
It's closer than a cinnamon roll, definitely.
What is going on? What are we doing?
This is crazy. This is our first top 5 of the new year.
I know. We're trying to do better. We're trying to be fair, and we did not go over the rules. So that's.
I thought the rules were donut glossary was the truth. That's what I thought the rules were.
How do you feel?
All right, here we go.
How do you feel about this?
All right.
How do you feel about this?
I don't feel good.
How do you feel about this?
All right, listening.
We take off glazed donut. You replace it with plain cake donut. We'll talk order after.
Okay. We're still down to 4.
And you add donut holes, which are in fact glazed donuts, but now I get my little bite size. And
how did I know you were going to somehow sneak this on?
You get your cake.
How did I know you were going to sneak this on?
I'm just saying, it's the best of everything, man.
You're going to sneak this on
It's
somehow.
the best of everything.
I will agree to these terms if donut holes are number 5. I will agree to those terms.
Done. That was fine.
Done.
That's fine. Okay, so
you just got fleeced. You just got fleeced right there.
How did I get fleeced? Donut holes number 5? I feel good about that.
All right.
You can't have donuts without donut holes.
No.
Donut holes number 5. What's number 4?
5. This is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
This is where it gets tough.
Is Boston cream our new come together?
I think so. I think we've been on Boston cream this entire time. I think we've been on Boston cream.
For the people that are still listening, we went from Boston cream at number 5 to now Boston cream is number 1.
It's over. The dream's
Do we feel good?
We're just talking to ourselves. We should just turn the mics off at this point. So okay, I think the Boston cream is the treaty that we've signed in cream filling. We signed the treaty in cream.
So donut holes.
Yeah.
Plain cake donut.
Okay.
Maple donut.
Boston
apple fritter. Boston cream. What else can we do? I can't in good conscience put maple up there because I just don't like maple to begin with, and you can't do apple.
I can't do apple. It's not that I dislike apple. I like apple fritters. I feel gross putting apple fritters as the number 1 donut, though.
And that's totally fine. If we both, because I do like Boston cream a whole lot.
I like Boston cream, yeah. Oh, how did it make the run?
Cinnamon roll.
It made the run. It was at 5. It was 5 and chiseled. It was at 5 and chiseled, and now it's at 1.
It's the great compromise.
This is the greatest comeback of all time. Out of any Couch Company top 5, the Boston Cream just ran the Boston Marathon to win
to the number 1 spot.
To the number 1 spot.
All right, let me re-chisel. I threw the other one. It broke. The other stone tablet broke.
Well, if Moses' tablet can break, the Couch Companies probably can break.
You know
too.
what? That's right. Yeah. All right. Number 5. We have glazed donut. So it is important to say. So glazed donut holes.
Glazed donut holes.
Yeah, not cake donut holes. It's just
no.
It's a glazed donut hole form.
In a whole form.
All right. Number 4. Plain cake donut.
Yes.
The Cheerios of donuts.
I'm so excited about this list.
Number 3, maple.
Yeah.
Number 2, apple fritter. Number 1 donut coming all the way from the back.
Yep.
Boston cream.
Absolutely. I feel fantastic about that list. Might be the most confident I've ever been on a list in my entire life.
Oh, that was a rough one, man.
I felt good about it.
I'm okay with it. I think it's fine.
I feel great about it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it's good.
I think everyone's going to be happy.
I think it's a masterclass in working with your partner, you know?
Yes.
If everyone could do this every week.
Yeah. The world would be a much angrier place.
0 divorce rate.
But 0 divorces, true.
Yeah.
True.
Anyway, all right. That's it.
Go get yourself a donut.
Yeah. I actually really want one now.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's what we'll have to do someday is start revisiting our food top 5s.
And just actually getting them.
Getting them.
We're coming up on
determining
what do we say? 100 episodes, and we go around to all the fast food restaurants, get the number 1. See best number 1 fast food.
That was 1 year anniversary, but yeah.
Well,
sure.
You know, we're on 2 years now. So it's
not, year 3.
That's what I mean. 2-year anniversary, right? Is that not how that works?
This is our 2-year anniversary and get the number 2 at every restaurant?
Season 3, 2-year anniversary.
No, yeah, we can do something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I thought we'd have a visual component by now. So I was like...
Buddy.
It's not your fault. Look, it's not your fault. That was not meant to be...
if I have a house.
That was not meant to be a slight.
I use this
that
as an
was
escape.
Meant to be...
I could get my mind off things.
I agree.
And you just...
I didn't bring anything up.
Okay. All right.
Just because your house is now world 1-3 in Mario doesn't mean...
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
You like that one?
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
That was pretty good. All right. Thanks for listening. If anyone is left, you deserve a donut.
We'll give you one. If you were left...
Yeah. Don't promise that.
Write in.
Don't promise
write
that.
in.
Don't promise that.
I promise you.
Tyler will buy you one.
In 2023.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tyler.
I will.
Tyler
I will take it out of our Couch Company fund.
Yep.
We'll put it
towards a donut of your choice.
Yeah. You have to be local. I'm not going to mail you a donut.
Maybe ingredients to make a donut.
And the donut has to be from our top 5. Actually, you're only going to get custard donut. So the only email is if you want a custard donut.
From the shop of our choice.
From the shop of our choice. Yeah, it's going to be Sheets.
It's going to be Sheets.
The closest one.
Thanks for listening to us if you've made it this far. check out couchcompany.games.
Yeah.
We've made some updates. It's 2023.
Yes.
New year, new me.
Us.
Well, that's the motto. It extends to us because we're a team, of course, and I value your opinion very highly, and I think you're smart and intelligent and beautiful.
Oh.
And
with my gorgeous brown hair.
A little soggy, but...
A little soggy. Yeah.
Not really.
Bring it right back to my house.
I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't.
You said soggy.
I meant like...
This is the longest sign-off ever.
I don't know.
I did take the password off. So right now, couchcompany.games has, I think, our most recent 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to slowly go ahead and put them all on eventually, but like we'll keep it recent
modern,
first, and then
and then we'll keep working on that.
Start doing the top fives. It still links to Notion. It will be put on there, and then we could talk about it. I'm thinking that again, new year, new us. We do 2023. Our first game is going to be what did we say? Like Forsaken or Dead Space or one of the two.
Yeah.
That'll be the first. I think the game review on the site.
Yeah.
That's how and eventually we can put some ratings up, but we don't have the reviews written, so
right.
It's kind of weird. So
I agree.
I have some ideas.
Okay. We will talk.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. Said that a couple times already.
We're just so thankful.
We're so thankful. We'll be back here, same time, same place next week. Thanks for joining us on the couch.